You look absolutely awesome, Patrick. You really do.
Are you just saying that for the public's
Yeah,
benefit?
yeah. Before we had people on, I
Why,
saying
why
something
don't you
else.
tell us what you really think, Mike? No, don't.
I just think. That's all I do is think. So, all
Don't
right.
tell us what you really think.
We got Nathan out there with Mr. Blue Toys. Howdy, Nathan. Good to see you.
Ah,
Oh, yeah. I kind of
I don't know,
suspect this
Mr.
one will
Blue
be
Toys.
light. This one will
Hey,
be light, I think. Oh, we got 2 viewers. So, hey, we're getting
oh,
there.
well, that's better than nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just
Have
kind
you
of hung
been
out. Go ahead. Go ahead, homie.
Have you been over to Mr. Homeowner's thing yet?
Not today. No, I woke up late and I just kind of hung out and got caught up on WandaVision and SEAL Team. And then Mrs. Dude got up. Hey, Crow's Outdoor, Robert,
Robert.
what's going on? So,
Robert's a bit confused there.
yeah, it's 2 Patricks. 2 Patricks.
I'm the younger one.
It's true. Not by much, though. Not by
Oh,
much.
no.
No.
You're
No.
many years older than me, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
got you buried there.
You don't
No,
look
I
it.
don't. I don't look a day over 65, do I?
No. And
No.
65 is the new 60.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
That's what I hear.
absolutely.
So yeah, we just kind of hung out this little brew pub. We went. My wife loves the antique, so we went. She drugged me into some antique joints, and then I saw this brew pub. I said, "That's where I'm going." And so she
How
met me
is
there, and
how is Mrs. Dude? How's she
Mrs.
going?
Dude, she's doing all right. She's doing a lot better, so feeling better. Dude, it's the twins. Love it. Strong.
Only our mothers can tell us apart.
Yeah, twin cousins, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
How does that work? I
I
don't
don't
know how that
know.
works.
I
It's
don't
possible though,
know.
because look at us. Look
I
at us.
know. It's got to be possible. I was
That's
telling
it.
my mom that, and I sent her a picture of you yesterday. She goes, "Holy shit!" Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, my mother said something similar. And by the way, she said something similar because I sent her the photo of your grandfather.
Oh yeah.
She's got a bit of a problem on her. She doesn't seem to be able to know how to enlarge it, but she could tell looking at it that's. I'm going to send you some photos of my father. He's a dead ringer.
Oh wow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think my
yeah.
granddad
The
was
hair
probably
and the
21 or
eyebrows.
2. Yeah, my granddad was probably 21 or 22 at the time, serving on a Navy ship, maybe a little more, maybe 23 or 4, but serving on a Navy ship somewhere in the Pacific.
How
And
tall do you think he
he
was?
loved knots. What's that?
How tall do you think he was?
Probably 20. Well, let's see. He joined. He was 20 and 40. That picture was taken in 43, 23, 24, somewhere in there.
No, how tall as in height?
Oh, God, granddad, he was taller than me. I'm 6'1". I want to say he was probably 6'2" or 3, maybe even
Really?
4. Yeah, if I remember correctly, but he's been dead for almost 30 years. So trying to
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
So, oh, we got him pouring in here. Eric's in here.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
he's
got.
going. Hello
Oh,
and goodbye.
oh, well, it happens. It happens.
It happens, man.
Yeah, it
Hey,
does.
but it was definitely the guy in the middle, right?
Yeah, the guy in the middle was my granddad.
With the black hair.
Yep. Yeah, he had
Yeah,
jet black hair. His
jet
nickname
black.
was
Yeah.
Blackie. I
So
know.
did all my well, my father did, and all his brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My granddad's nickname was Blackie, and he was a pipe fitter, but he loved knots. And I remember asking him because I lived with him for a while towards the end of his life. He loved when he was younger, and I was growing up. He never really talked about the war, but when I moved in with him, and I lived with him for about 3 years, he talked about the war constantly and how much he loved knots and told me all
Yeah.
about his ship. And so, I mean, it was cool, to see that and to experience it. My only regret is I didn't write it down. And so when I was talking to my great aunt a couple of months ago, we had no idea he was on he was in the Navy before the war and he got out and then he went back. He was living in Illinois, went back to New York to reenlist in 41 because he didn't want to go to the Pacific. He ran a couple of convoys
Right.
over the Pacific up to, I think it was Murmansk is what she said, in Russia. And then they were sent to the Pacific. So, yeah, whatever works for you, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, isn't it funny? Because 20 years ago or so, if you'd talked to me about this sort of stuff, I couldn't have cared less. But now, the older I get, the more important it is. All this sort of stuff, family history and everything. It's really, and it's just so interesting. Apart from anything else,
It really is, especially if you can get access
I mean,
to archives and that. It's very fascinating.
like that photo you sent me, I just sat there for ages, just looking at it. I was enlarging it, playing around with it, trying to enhance it, and just thinking to yourself, "Wow, those three dudes, apart from your granddad, the three of them is just like a moment in time, And it's like, I wonder what they were thinking at that exact moment."
Probably, oh God, another knot, not another knot.
Probably. Yeah, I can't wait for beer o'clock or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, he loved his beer, that's for sure.
It's definitely a Carol.
Oh yeah, he loved his whiskey. He's an Irishman, and on my side, both sides of my family, people love whiskey, and it skipped me.
Did it? You're not into the whiskey?
I'm not. Oh, Marcel's on.
Hey, Marcel.
Yeah, I better put this out there so people can join.
Come on, Marcel.
Barbecue with Biggs is out there. Come visit with us. We're just two guys BSing.
I want to talk to Marcel about her cauliflower rice because I made some the other night, dude.
You gotta love cauliflower rice, man.
Yeah. Skip.
So Skip's here. Yeah. Barbecue by Biggs is here.
I made it. It was actually from the supermarket. Now they sell it not frozen but fresh. Actually, okay. I can't find. I did find some sort of frozen rice style thing, but it wasn't just cauliflower rice, and it was really expensive. But I got the stuff from the fresh food area, and they now make cauliflower broccoli rice. So I used that, and I just sort of stir fried it with some chicken, and it was delicious.
I bet. Minus the broccoli, I bet it was really good.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't like broccoli. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't like cauliflower by itself either, but I love the rice.
You don't know.
Yeah,
so you've tried that, have you? The actual cauliflower rice?
I did, yeah, and I use it a lot, actually. I've got probably 5 or 6. We get the frozen ones here, and they're fairly cheap, like $2.29, for a package. Yeah, and so you just throw it, when it goes on sale, throw it in the freezer.
Yeah, I mean, you can cut it up yourself and all that but it's such a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
And it just mess goes everywhere. The frozen stuff's fantastic.
Yeah.
And cool, Marcel's going to.
Yeah. Anybody else can log on too. Come on in and visit with it. We're just, like I said, just two guys full of bullshit. I like that thumbnail. My wife made that.
Oh, really? You're going to blame it on your wife?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Very accurate.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Now, listen, I sent my mum the Robovac short.
Robovac, yeah.
She often checks in on your channel, but she hadn't seen that one yet, and I hadn't told her, even if she had, that it was me. I don't like doing the voice. And she got a real kick out of that. But what the heck where did you come up with that idea, man?
We were watching a movie about a month ago, and it had Katherine Heigl, whatever her name is, and Ashton Kutcher in it. And Ashton Kutcher was like a spy, assassin, whatever.
Yeah, I know the one. Yep.
Yep. And it's got Tom Selleck in it as the dad, and he kind of find out he was the guy trying to get Ashton Kutcher's. Well, anyhow, Robovac, that's what I call it. It's a eye of water or whatever, was cleaning the floors at the time, and it got stuck underneath the hutch. Yeah. And I just sat there while the movie was on and watched it, kind of work its way out, and it got stuck. So I had to go take it out and clean it up and start it again. And it just sometime after that, well, it got stuck again. And that's when I first filmed it getting stuck, when I did that episode 12. And that's where it all started. And it's like, I just should do like a stupid mini series on this. And I'll tell you what, I have a blast doing it. I have not made episode 14 yet, but because I have to So he comes to the horse, right? And you say, "Look, a horse," right? And so I'm going to put him on the black horse and tape him down, and then put a string on it and pull him on the horse as he's going away through Couch Canyon, and then coming through, and then he gets off, and then that's the maze, and the maze is underneath my
Don't
table.
spoil too much of it, cuz.
Yeah, I won't. But
don't give away too many spoilers. It's a nail biter, you know.
It is.
Oh, I wonder what happens next.
And I've been taking pictures of the cats because they're the minions.
Yes.
And Zoe, she's the bad person in this. And she will attack. She'll attack Robovac on command. Like,
is
Zoe,
she
get him.
Is Zoe in the Screen Actors Guild, or what's she being paid?
Zoe's being a pain in the ass right now because we used to do Zoe moments, and now she kind of just turns her butt to us. And
she went on strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're probably paying her slave wages, mate.
Oh yeah. She.
What are you doing? Saying to her, you can have an extra bone or something?
Yeah. Well, I think it was when I did the hot wings, and she couldn't have the chicken bones. I think she kind of got mad at me after that.
She cracked the sads, as we say down here.
Okay. Oh, I need to write that down. I've got that somewhere.
She cracked the sads, which means sulking. She was.
Oh. See, if you hop on this show, you'll learn your Australian slang too.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Yes, the slang, the good stuff, right? So if you were like stuck somewhere, you could just. And I have it written down somewhere, and I'm trying to remember where it is. Maybe it's here.
Yeah, you'll learn. You'll be a fluent speaking Australian by the time I'm done with you, mate.
I'm gonna have to be. I just
of course you are. The dude's gonna have to learn to speak Aussie.
Aussie, yes. Yeah.
Hey, and listen, this email that I sent my mother, the title of it was "Crazy Cousin Mike." Because why? That's how I refer to you now. Because you're crazy.
There you go.
Mad genius, just like Spielberg. He started off doing these sort of short little movies. This will be next. You'll be doing the Titanic 2.
Yeah, with Robovac.
The Robovac goes down to resurrect the Titanic.
Yeah, have him all scuba dived up and have you going, 3,000 feet dip now.
The search for Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm at 3,000 meters.
Hey, there's Mark.
Yeah, Mark's here. How are you? Oh,
Man,
we had a good turnout tonight. Glad everybody came by to listen to us BS and do
that. That spice rub of his, that Cajun rub. I'm using it every day.
Oh, I bet it looks good. I should pick up some. Yeah.
Hit him up.
I love good Cajun. I will.
He'll Mark. Charge my cousin $50, and
I'd still buy it. After watching Patrick.
He'll send you some. It's $50, mate.
I would still buy it.
He's got plenty of money.
Yes, he does. Oh, wait a minute.
More money than sense.
Yeah, I got Spielberg kind of money.
Well, listen. I mean, I saw a doco. You've probably seen something similar on Spielberg. Have you seen the movie Duel?
I don't think so.
What? Because
I know
about the Dennis Weaver, about the car that he's getting chased by a. No, you haven't. Oh, you've got to see it, man.
Okay, Duel.
Duel, Duel. It's with Steven Spielberg's first.
Oh yeah. I thought you said Jewel, and I'm like,
I did say Duel.
Oh.
I say it properly, cuz Duel, not Duel. Have you seen Duel? What's a Duel, man?
I know. Like dual carbs.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and he did all that on a Super 8. There was some sort of story behind it. I'm sure there was a documentary on it, and how as a kid he was always into just filmmaking. Imagine how crude it was back then without your smartphones or anything like that. But he used to make little movies and things. So this is the beginning for you, man.
Yeah, the Adventures of Robo Backs all on my cell phone. Film it right here. I've got a boatload of stock footage in there that I just use for whatever I want. And I actually get on the floor and film them.
Just don't forget me because, I work cheap.
Yeah, well, you're the voice.
Well, I know, but, we know what happens when people get rich and famous. They sort of they forget about the little people.
You do the voiceovers for it. I think you have a job in voiceovers.
I've got I'll tell you what, I've got the looks for a voiceover job.
So do I. Yeah, I got the looks for radios, right?
Yeah, happy Sunday, says Mark. That's right. I'm in the future.
Yeah, what does the future hold for us? I forgot to ask you.
Oh, well. I mean, here it's unfortunately quite warm.
Yeah.
But for you, I'd say it's probably all good. The weather would be lovely over there at the moment.
It was 49 degrees out, no wind, nothing.
Beautiful.
And yeah, we sat outside for a little bit and had a beer and then went back inside, and some guy came and sat next to us and started bullshitting with him, and then come to find out he's an event coordinator for Kansas City BBQ Society. So yeah, so I'm like, cool. And he just moved here in August. So he subscribed to my channel and started looking it up, and actually has agreed to be a guest on the Wednesday Night Barbecue show. So I'm going to bring him in, I think, March 24th. I'm booked out that far.
You are, well, you're a very popular dude.
Well, I am, dude. Yeah, March 24th. So that's how far booked out I am. That's what's crazy about it.
Well, I mean, the people just want to appear on your show, man.
They do. They just want to. Oh, that reminds me, Ryan from Ryan G's Barbecue and stuff.
Yeah.
Really wants you on his show, and he was willing to go as far as pre-record it.
What? Why would you want pre-recorded, man? Live.
I know, but you're in Australia.
Does he want to edit me? Does he?
No, I don't. I can't see Ryan doing that.
Edit out all the swearing.
Oh, Mark says 8 inches of snow coming tonight. Yeah. No, he realized, we were all talking about, the time zone difference, and
it shouldn't be it shouldn't be too bad with him though, because they're 11 hours behind. Because I used to do quite a bit I still do with Pete Thomas. He's over there, and done a few lives with him. So it shouldn't be hard to work out.
That's true. If it's 11 o'clock difference, that would be 8 a.m. your time.
Yeah.
On a Saturday.
I mean, it can be worked out. He just needs to hit me up. Just tell him to send me. Well, anyone can email me. Just email me, and
I'll send him your email. I'll be your manager.
Yeah.
Well,
someone's going to have to be.
What we do is have my ugly mug on there, and then I'll just move my lips and then you voice over. Oh, see, I'm drinking a beer too. What kind of? No.
What are you having?
Michelob Ultra.
That's all right.
Yeah, beer's beer, right?
Absolutely, man.
I was drinking this stuff today at an ABV of 12.5. The hell was it called? It started with an H. Heroic Heli or something like that. I don't know. But it was great. I loved it.
No wonder you look hammered, man.
Yeah.
12% alcohol.
No. No, it was did I say ABV? I didn't mean to.
What?
I meant the that how hoppy it was. It was only like 12 and a half.
Oh, okay.
And it was like 4.5%, 5%. So it was good. Hey, Dano's here. Welcome. Got a link up there, guys. Somebody hop in here and come BS with this, man.
It's a fantastic shirt, isn't it, dude? I don't know where you get your shirts from, but
this is that one. I have 2 of them. Remember that episode where I showed it? Yeah. This is the one I have 2 of.
You need 10 of them.
I do. I could, get me drunk enough and I might go order a few more. You never know.
Well, that won't be difficult. That won't be difficult.
I was actually looking at shirts a couple weeks ago, and this one came up. I'm like, already got one.
I'm just seeing. I just got his channel up, Skinner Farms.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Mr. Skinner? Do you know?
Oh, he's out there all the time. He's got a channel.
Yeah, I'm just looking up his channel now. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah,
because I've seen this is another example. You see people say hello in chat, and I'm like, oh man, another channel I must sort of catch up with.
Mm-hmm.
But looks like he's got a good channel too.
Oh yeah, he does. Yep. They're all good channels. They're all good channels, man.
Cool. Now, well, can you imagine some of the footage we're going to get? The travel. Maybe we should do another channel because it'll be months of footage of traveling. You coming down here and then me up in Alaska.
Mm-hmm. And then Hawaii. And meet someone
Hawaii
in Hawaii.
now, is it?
Yeah.
Hawaii?
No. We could do all three.
Well, are you sure we got time for Hawaii? Because there's
No. I'm not talking about. You would have to do like Melbourne one year, Alaska the next year, Hawaii the next year. I mean, seriously. Unless we got popular enough, you could just move here.
Yeah.
But then you have to move your mom too.
No.
No.
No,
you'd be swimming in dough. You could just fly back on the weekends.
Well, I am already,
Yeah. Exactly. I looked it up the other day what a flight on Alaska to Melbourne is, and it's I can get it for 95,000 points round trip, and it would be like $80 from here to Melbourne.
Why aren't you on the way?
Exactly. That's what I told my wife, and so she's like, "Well, that's all the points I got."
Oh, well, there's no better way to use them than to come over here because
I just have to get a passport.
I tell you what, my passport lapsed. I just missed the cutoff. It was the 10-year cutoff to renew it. And when that happens over here, I don't know what it's like in America, but to start again from scratch to apply for a passport now is so difficult.
Is it?
If you're renewing it, it's really easy. If it hasn't, your old one hasn't expired yet, you just go in and it takes 5 minutes. But to do it from scratch, I tried it and I just gave up.
Gotcha.
It's so much red tape now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we got Coca Kitchen in.
Hey, Coca.
Hello. Dude, I got several subscribers from your channel. The one you did where was to take off on what I did. You know what I'm talking about? The pasta one. I had a lot of people. I think I had 3 or 4 people come over and say I'm from Patrick's channel, and he said check yours out. And
it cost me a fortune, man, to pay them to do that. I'm broke. I mean, a lot of money it took.
Yeah,
but this is what you do. This is what you do for family, cuz.
That's true. Right? I keep. I'm always like this, right? Go see Patrick's channel. Yeah, all 8 viewers here. I paid every one of them.
Mm-hmm. You got to.
Checks in the mail, guys.
In fact, nothing's free.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unless you steal it, of course.
Well, see, somebody just dropped. Apparently, they don't believe the checks in the mail.
Probably wise to believe that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, I've got some interesting things coming up. I've got because Rob from Champ BBQ, he was either here last week or on another live we were on.
Mm-hmm. About 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And he when he it was because he'd just seen the one we did where you introduced it on my channel, I think. And he made an offer to like, if you ever want me to do something like that, so I've done it, and he's going to do a couple of intros for me. It's just so much fun doing that sort of thing. Yeah,
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
I was really surprised he offered, but I thought, wow,
why not, right? Yeah.
Hey, well, he knows that he's one of the places we'll be stopping in at on our trip.
He does. Go visit Rob. Mm-hmm.
Would he be our last stop before Alaska, geographically?
No.
Because he's up in North.
That would be Scott over at Dr. Taste Good Barbecue.
Scott.
He's in Seattle. I think Rob's back east. Rob's in New England or something, I think.
Yeah,
Monsters, Cooking and Fishing. What up, my brother? Thank you for showing up.
No, I think he's upstate New York.
Rob is? Well, that's okay. That's close to New England, dude.
Yeah. So we would definitely be calling in there.
Alaska's on the other side, man. It's over by Russia.
That's all right. Do you want to go to Russia as well, or just leave it at Alaska?
No, I'll leave it in Alaska.
They drink lots of vodka over there, let me tell you.
Well, they do in Alaska too.
Oh,
You can see all the Russians you want, man. You drive through town in Kodiak, and almost every time there's a Russian trawler in there. And what they do is they'll go to the local bar. It's called Henry's, and they'll sit in the corner and just drink and drink and drink. And all you hear is, they speak Russian and they mind their own business. There you go.
Coca Kitchen just asked why I'm not drinking Miller. Well, this is Australian beer.
No Miller for you today.
No Miller for me.
No Miller for you.
Yeah, that's going to be an epic trip, man.
Mm-hmm.
An epic.
So yeah. When I was there 2 years ago, there was a trawler in there that had broken down, and one reason why I know is my brother deals with all that crap as part of Fish and Game, and he's like, "Yeah, their trawler broke down, so they're just getting a piece welded." But there's some canneries in there, and they come in there and
that'd be a wild job. No pun intended.
It would be.
That would be an awesome.
Yeah.
Does he must love what he does?
He does. He's that guy that says you can fish between here and here and this time. And so all over the islands there, he's got teams that run from, I want to say, early May to early September, and they count fish all day, and they have to report in twice a day how many salmon that they saw go over the dams that they build, and then they sit around and bullshit and drink and eat and explore a little bit. But that's what they do for 3 or 4 months, is just count fish. You have a satellite phone and a bunch of books. That's pretty much what you got.
How idyllic.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into that stuff, it'd be great, But
just living up there would be.
Oh, he loves it. They're different people. They're very rugged people. They are very into themselves. No, that's the wrong way. They're very private. Okay, they'll give you the shirt off their back, but when I was up there with my buddy Steve, we were at Kodiak Brewery, and I thought, I'm gonna film a quick episode here, and so and it's in one of my videos, and I kind of looked around and I went to talk to somebody that one person in the whole damn place, and she was the owner of the pot shop there in Kodiak, interviewed. Her name was Mavis. Nobody else wanted interviewed. And so they're very private people. It's almost as if all the outlaws in the world go up there and they don't want to be on. I mean, she was even leery about it because she owns the pot shop there in Kodiak, and she's just like, well, I'll do it, but don't tell them I own the pot shop. It's like, okay.
Well, I mean, I think I've probably said it to you before, but I can't believe that I started a YouTube channel because, or when I say that, I had a YouTube channel, but started doing videos because it's not like me at all. That was the hardest decision for me to make, was to actually go public and put myself out there, because that's not me. I'm very private.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
For some reason, I just sort of, I don't know what it was, because I can't believe I've done it, because it's totally the opposite of what I would have thought I would have done. But there you go. Life's funny, isn't it? It
is. It really is. For me, I've always wanted two things: is to have a Food Network show and a talk show. And but I'm not, I'm not the kind of person. You can put a couple of beers in me, and I'm your best friend, right? I'm not a mean drunk. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I drink. I can drink whiskey all night, and I'm still your best friend, except for malt liquor. I get grumpy on malt liquor. If I'm drinking those little Smirnoff things or a 40-ouncer, I get grumpy. I'm not mean. I'm just grumpy. I'm just kind of like, whatever. Yeah, I don't want to play.
Now, Coca Kitchen, thank you. How much is that comment worth? That's
probably
priceless.
That is. I can't put a price on that. Here you go, Coco.
Yeah, well, Coco Kitchen doesn't appear much on camera, but she's got an awesome. I mean, fantastic. She does. Have you seen her channel? Do you know? You know,
I think she just subscribed to me, and so I just looked at her
oh
channel
man,
within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, she does some awesome stuff. Especially these. She goes traveling and stuff, and does these close up. Just by the end of of meals and food and everything, banquets and stuff that she cooks as well.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's way cool.
Now that's a cooking channel, man.
Yeah, that's what I have Instagram for. I'll go out there and just take pictures. Right. My wife and I went out last night so we have 2 bars in town. We have 3, and oh, you're welcome, Coca. We have 3 bars and no, we have 4. I'm sorry, take that back. 4 bars in town.
Only 4.
Yeah, and 2 of them are 3 of them are restaurants. One's an actual bar. I call it. The hell's the name of it? It is Beer Guys. I call it COVID Guys. That's where a lot of the COVID from the place comes around. But there's one place. It's called the Rustic Table, and there's hardly anybody. It's a dining place, but it has a bar as well. Nobody ever goes to the bar, so Mrs. Dude and I'll just go over there, and like last night we had fried pickles and a couple glasses of wine, which I love fried pickles. You know,
I have never had fried pickles.
Oh, I'm thinking about doing an episode on it.
Do it. I want to see how to do it, so I'll copy it.
I've made them a couple times, but never as good as them. And they just take pickle spear and just thinly slice it, right? And then they dip it in a batter and fry it.
Mm. Oh, okay. So it's not
with like ranch dressing.
It's not like the whole pickle.
You can do that if you wanted to, but man, you'd have
the
to fry
strips would be better though, I reckon. Strips
actually, what are better? The chips, the little round things, you know?
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they're already pre-cut. Yeah. That's what normally you get. Yeah, yep, fried pickles, yeah. They're great. And then another thing too is they do pretzels. Salted pretzels with beer cheese. So good. Have a nice Miller Lite or champagne and beer with that, man, and you're good. So, but I mean, it's a little more spendy. You know, my beer there is going to be $5 versus $4 at Beer Guys. But you know, I don't have to wait in line. I'm not packed in. I don't have to worry about getting COVID as much. And Mrs. Dude and I can sit in the corner and just hang out.
Well, that's worth the $1, isn't it? That's worth
exactly.
Absolutely, man.
Yep.
You'd probably pay more because what price do you pay on ambience and somewhere that you're happy being? I mean, you know, there's no point. It might be cheap, but it might be terrible. You know.
Correct. Well, the other 3 places have a sound problem here, and this place doesn't either. And so,
what do you mean?
Loud. The acoustics are horrible.
There's nothing worse than that, is there?
Correct.
I mean, there's a cafe down here when there used to be cafe. I don't even know if it's still open now, just local. I used to go there with my mother a fair bit. But it gave me the shits after a while. It's like an echo chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So noisy. I mean, you would be sitting across the table and have to shout at each other. You know?
Yeah. That's the way it is at Sully's and Beer or COVID Guys, El Mariachi Loco. El Mariachi Loco's got amazing food, but their music's always loud and it's always packed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's another place. There's one in the next town over. It's called Eagle. And it's a place called the Bardnay. And they make their own alcohol right there as well. But You walk in there and it is noisy as all get out. You'd have to scream just to talk to the person next to you. Right?
It's probably a good place for people that like to go and they don't want to talk to each other. It's
exactly.
Like you've seen those people, like families at a restaurant, all sitting around, they're all on their phones.
Exactly.
No one's talking to each other. Like, why have you gone out? You know.
Yep. Thanks for stopping by, Coca. Appreciate it.
All right, Coca. Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're right. I noticed that today at that place we went to, Pre-Funk. You know, I actually left my phone at home. That's why I didn't reply back to your email. And at first I was like, oh, crap, I left my phone at home. And I was like, you know what? This is actually going to be kind of nice. And it turned out to be really nice. And but I'm looking around. It's like people are on their phone, and they're not talking. They're on their damn phone doing whatever. So I went outside and had a quick union break, and there was this even this older couple. They're both sitting there across from each other on the phone, just going away. Like,
I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I do. I think it's just become a. I mean, I even don't like it. You know, if you're having coffee with someone or something, and the messages are going, and you're in the middle of a conversation, they suddenly start looking at the messages. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it life and death, really?
Correct. One of the rudest things that I find is you're talking to somebody, and then they just out of the blue just grab their phone, start looking at it. I mean, like, come on, really?
Sorry, what was that, mate?
Exactly. Hi, Karen. How are you? Welcome to the world according to Mike and Patrick.
I'm just ordering a pizza, dude.
Yeah. And I just got a text. Oh my gosh, I'm going to take care of it. All right. What's up, Pat?
Hey, Karen. I haven't. I'm not sure about Karen because every time I look, there's about 10 new videos. She must be at about 10,000 subscribers by now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But you know what? They're great videos, dude.
Ah, she's fantastic. Love Karen.
Yeah. There she is.
Yeah. There she is. Yeah. No, it's all about the fried pickles, my friend. And as long as you can stay off your mobile phone for 5 minutes, I'm good company. But as soon as you see people doing that, I turn the phone on silent. I put it upside down on the table, and sometimes not even on the table. Usually I've got it there because it's a work phone, and I legitimately might need to take a call, but I still do that because I just think it's rude.
Correct. Yeah. So my phone is also my work phone, and so I and I am considered technically 24/7 on call, even on weeks I'm not. And in the position I am, I have to have it with me, but I'm not focused on it. You know? It drives me nuts.
Sometimes there's been occasions where I'll actually say to the person, look, I might, just so you know, this is a work phone and I'm expecting a call.
Yeah.
You know, and just to be, so that if it happens, then I'm not taking them by surprise. But hey, Mike, popped over for a minute. That's cool, man.
Oh, Mike's here. Today. Sorry I missed your live again. I don't do it on purpose. I swear. I was out with them.
That was 2 hours it went today. On
good for him. Yeah, Mike's got a great channel too.
He does.
He's getting a good following behind him.
He's a smooth talker, man.
Yes, he is. He's smooth operator.
I love it. I love his accent.
Oh, the southern accent? Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, some people do.
There's a couple of guys that have that. And even Charlie's got a bit of a drawl like that.
Yeah, he's from West Virginia, and which is considered south. He's eastern seaboard area south. But yeah, you can hear it in him, especially the more he drinks.
Oh, yeah.
The more he comes out.
Well, yeah. To a point, and then it sort of reverts back to sort of slurring.
Yeah, and then it's I fall asleep for a minute or two. We've all done it, man. We've all done it.
We have all done it. That's true. Although I haven't done enough live streams to do that, but one day.
We got to get you going. I'm almost monetized, so I appreciate you because you were supposed to take it tonight.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about doing lives on my channel. I'll probably eventually do one, but it doesn't bother me really.
Gotcha.
We'll see.
Yeah, and
I've done a couple of private chats. I find that very handy with people.
Mm-hmm. Well, you and I have privately chatted.
Yeah, we've done that. Yeah, it's really cool for that. And of course, it's there if I need to use it for the live thing. But where it does work, like the arrangement you've got with Monica is really good because, and as I've filled in for her, we've got someone there monitoring the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Not to because of anything offensive, but just to keep up with all the questions and things like that.
Yeah,
because it's hard to do both if you're trying to interview.
Well, one of the things I've learned is now I wondered how people did this, right? Like down below from Mr. Cast Iron. I wondered how people did that, pulled that up. And then I was fiddling around one day and up it came. So it's like, now I can read questions because when I'm doing that, I go through everybody.
You just click on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I try to
See,
go
I
through.
can't.
I try to go through
Yeah.
everybody's, and it's like so the questions come up, but I don't try to overpower Monica. And even though I
No.
ask most of the questions, Monica's great. I love Monica. So much fun to have her on.
Well, when I've never seen a talk show without, there's always, two at least, on all the famous talk shows anyway. You've got Johnny Carson and what was his name?
Oh yeah.
Ed McMahon. Ed
Big
McMahon.
McMahon. Yeah, yeah. You need to. Yeah.
You
Oh,
do. You do.
just like this, right?
Dude, what is your favorite? Let me ask you this: of all the big time talk shows that there's ever been and still are, what do you have a favorite?
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno. Cool.
I love Jay Leno.
That does not surprise me because his style is a bit like you've got a bit of him in you, a bit of that style.
Yeah, I just was so. To me, he just seemed real. Right, it just came natural to him. And
have you seen his? He's done he might even have a website or a YouTube channel. Maybe have you seen his car collection?
Yeah, it's insane. But he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who forgot where he came from either.
Nah.
He seems to be very genuine, generous person. I could be wrong.
Well, he does. There's a few videos you can watch. There's one I'll never forget where he invites like a fan, and it happens to be a veteran. I think lost his legs or something. He's an amputee. Invites him and his family to the car museum that he's got, which is like the size of a football stadium. and he gets the guy to go in one of his cars. What's your favourite car? We'll go for a drive. And then at the end of it, he just says, "Here you go. It's yours."
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
When you got more money than God, you can do stuff like that, right?
Yeah, wouldn't that be a great feeling to be able to do that?
I don't know.
It
would be, but I don't know how much it would change you either,
Well, it wouldn't change you, but it might change someone else, doing something like that for someone else.
That's an interesting way to look at it, I guess. Yeah, what do you guys think out there?
Why else would you do it? I mean, if you're doing it for yourself, it's for the wrong reasons, I say,
Yeah. What do you guys say out in our audience? What do you think? Patrick right or am I right? What was the question again, Patrick?
I'm right. That's right. I pay the most.
Yeah, he pays to be on this show.
Oh dear, I'm paying in alcohol.
There you go. Yeah,
and it's only not even 1:45 in the afternoon yet.
Whoa,
that's all right.
Almost 8 o'clock here. Beautiful sound.
Yep.
What's the audience think? Beautiful sound, yes or no? Man,
this is called a tinny.
A tinny. Because it's aluminum can?
Yep. And if it's in glass, it's called a stubby.
Stubby. Okay, we have stubbies, but they are actually stubbies. So this would be a stubby. Tinny and a stubby.
Not really, because it's more like a long neck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a long neck.
Yeah.
Is that what you call long necks?
Technically, a stubby is a really short bottle, as you said.
Yeah.
But these are called stubby holders.
Ah, okay.
You call them koozies or something?
Koozies, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have some made with my logo, so if I do, I'll send you.
Silly name, dude. Silly.
Koozie? I don't know where it came from.
Silly.
Yeah, somebody came up with it.
I think they should call them the dudesy.
Dudesies. I like it.
Yeah. You're going to have some made, are you?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about having swag made.
You've got to. Yeah.
Been thinking about it. Just because, like I said, I'm almost monetized. And, I'll get my whole $4 a month from YouTube. And at that point, it becomes a business, right? I can start writing stuff off.
At $4 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what's that for $48 a year?
It's $48 more than I had, man. Come on.
Absolutely, man.
I might be able to go buy a steak.
Well, over here, that's a slab of beer, which is a case.
Okay. Got to remember these things. Why am I not writing this down?
look, it's like a foreign language, man. It took me. Actually, it didn't take me very long when I lived in America because we're so used to American stuff here, American TV, American news.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me a long time to get rid of the accent and start speaking. Because when I came back, people thought I was American because I had an American accent.
Yeah, actually, and you do a pretty good job at it too.
Well, I had to change because no one understood me over there.
Yeah.
I mean, back then I had a lot stronger accent than I do now.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
G'day, mate. How you going? And all this, And people just. I was working in a deli, and.
G'day, mate.
Yeah, how can I help you, mate? And they just stand and look at you, going, "What? What the fuck?"
Haven't you ever watched Crocodile Dundee? Jeez,
how many bagels do you want? Huh?
Yeah.
Bagel.
Bagel.
I have a bagel and cream cheese, mate.
Language is language, man.
Well, it's a bit like that, isn't it? But I realised quite a while ago, actually, with some of the comments I was getting in various videos and some of the people that they weren't strangers, people that I knew, that they were actually. It wasn't that they weren't watching what I was doing; it's that they had no idea what I was saying. Like people would say, "Oh, that's a nice such and such," and I'm like, "But I didn't say that." But they're trying their best to understand.
Yeah.
So I realised then I've got to be a bit more, and I've tried ever since, because I can start talking really quickly, especially if I'm drunk, which I always am.
I'll drink to that.
And especially when I'm filming and I'm getting carried away, I just But I've watched some of my stuff back, thinking, hang on a minute, I gotta be careful there because there's no point doing it if they're not going to understand what I'm saying.
It's true. Yeah.
I've got to just speak a little more slowly, a little more carefully, and they still won't understand me.
I think there are certain words that like mate. It's not something we normally say here, but you hear it enough from people from Australia and Britain that you know what it is, right? I'll never forget the first time I watched Ryan from Ryan G's barbecue and stuff.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever talked to him, it was mate. And I thought, that's just how they talk, right? It's just how we say dude or what up, man?
Brother.
Brother.
Hey,
what up, brother? Brother's huge here, right? And
well, see, it's taken me a while to get comfortable using that word because it's sort of, I'm not used to it. We don't do that here. We call people, it's not a thing here. Although there are a couple of guys I've come across from here. One in particular, it's all he does is call people bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. It is a thing. People do it, but it's not nearly as common.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I'll only call somebody mate if it's like from the UK. If I respond back to Ryan or say, hey, good job, mate. Because it's just, to me, it's common courtesy, right? It's understanding. Okay, yeah. To me, mate is my wife. My wife is my mate.
Yeah. It's got a dual meaning. Yeah.
It's understanding. Okay, yeah. Oh boy.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Can you hear us?
I'm not
there.
What's up, gentlemen?
Good day, mate.
I'm beat down, tired.
You did that all-day marathon?
I was listening to it in the background. I drove about two and a half hours south and did a competition.
Oh, wow.
Oh, how'd you go?
And then freezing rain moved in on the way home. So it was a long, slow ride home.
How did you go at the competition?
Oh, that's right.
Not real great. I got one call. One call is all. So, yeah, okay. Steve, I am tired.
Hey, Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve.
Yeah, we ran the bird powder, the pig powder, and the smoke bomb today. And
love smoke bomb, by the way.
The chicken was my fault. screwed up the skin on the chicken. The Oklahoma Joe was all over the place today. I couldn't hold a steady temp in that son of a gun for nothing.
Oh.
Now, the cool thing is Ron from Four Seasons was there today.
Oh, right on.
And so was Terry from Madwood Barbecue.
Oh, right on. Cool.
Yeah, they're both about an hour away. They came down. Got to hang out with them a little while today. Ron was there till the end. Terry's wife got cold, so they went home. It was overcast and a little misty. Oh, speak of the devil, there's Terry in the chat. I'll let Terry give you what he thought of the sausage, because I actually cooked up a couple for him and Ron ahead of time. So, which my next video is going to have everything in it. Shots of when we were down there, all the way through the awards. There is a possible Stunt Double sighting coming up. I actually looked at Ron, and this is after Terry left. And I looked at Ron, and I said, hey, look at this guy. And he came out, and he said, is that so-and-so? And from the profile, let's just put it this way. He's a big YouTuber. We all know him from Texas. And it's his Stunt Double.
That's awesome.
Just a smaller version.
Okay.
The beard, everything.
Wow.
I mean, I was like, and that's why I called Ron out, and the first words out of Ron's mouth is that. I'm like, what I thought too. That's why I called you out. So,
Wow. That's
hey,
crazy.
Uncle Steve.
So I was telling Patrick earlier, I was hanging out at one of our local beer pubs, right? Brew pub. And guy sat down next to my wife and I, and going to find out he is a promoter for Kansas KC BS.
BS.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's a promoter for him. He just moved here to town. So we got to talking, exchange phone numbers, and going to talk about, trying to do something here in Boise, or not even if it's not even Kansas City barbecue stuff, just throwing together a barbecue competition of some kind for an animal shelter or something like that.
Yep. Actually, my daughter did one last year for Wolf Fest.
Okay.
Which is for the Siouxland Humane Society. And we did real well in that one. This was a little tougher. I was up against 5 or 6 full-time KCBS teams.
Oh, wow.
So to get a call in sausage, I was very happy.
Heck yeah.
This is a fundraiser for a big Catholic church what they use all the money raised on this for is to help people that are having trouble with their heating bill in the winter.
Nice.
There's always people that are, looking to the church for help. And in years past, they always did People's Choice ribs, which we won last year.
Mm-hmm.
But because of COVID, they couldn't do People's Choice.
Oh, gotcha.
And there is a place, and if Steve's listening, Steve, the gentleman's first name is Ron. And I want you to look up Helping You Barbecue, or HUB. He cooked 12 brisket during the week for them to use for to-go meals.
That's cool. That is cool. Marcel.
Marcel.
No, that's cool, Kent. That is way cool.
Yeah, it was. I did it last year too, but this was, it was a long day and a half because I went down about noon yesterday.
Oh wow!
And those. You guys familiar with them zero gravity chairs?
Yeah.
They look like a lawn chair, but they were reclined back like a recliner.
Mm-hmm.
I was sleeping in one last night till about 1 o'clock. When I tried getting a little more comfy, the damn thing snapped underneath my fat ass.
I knew where that was going. Like,
So I had to climb into my truck and sleep in my truck. And it's 30 degrees out. So you run the truck for a while and you start getting hot. So you turn the truck off and then you wake up about an hour and a half later because you're cold.
Cool.
Turn the truck back up.
Yeah.
hi, Madwood.
It was I should have known as soon as the chair snapped the way my weekend was going to go.
All right.
And then we had a little bit of ice and freezing rain on the way home. Thankfully, it was just on the outskirts of town here where I live. So that was no big deal. We didn't hit any on the interstate. So, oh, cool, Terry. I'm looking forward to it again.
That is cool.
So,
no,
yeah, this was
awesome.
This was what they call it GOBS, which is Greater Omaha Barbecue Society, which is like the illegitimate little stepbrother of KCBS.
Okay. Gotcha. I don't think we have anything like that here in Idaho.
You know,
they're got to start on an Australian one. They're what?
Chicken fried barbecue, Bill Purvis.
Yeah. I'll be right back, guys.
Where the hell did Bill go? Yes, HUB, Steve. Bill was out west somewhere out there. They had, I think it was an invitational or something. It wasn't too far from Idaho. I want to say it was in, maybe that was in northwestern Kansas. I don't remember now. I'd have to go back and look.
I don't know of any. I mean, we have bones and what does it have? Bones and ribs or something like that, fest and things, but we don't have anything crazy. At least that I'm not aware of. But I'm looking.
Oh yeah.
So.
If you go to kcbs.us, you can go in there and yeah, he was in Humble today. Yeah, actually, Steve called me. Sorry, I'll get back to that. Right when they were starting to do awards, and when the guy running it's talking, I got Steve in this ear. I'm plugging this ear, and all of a sudden, Steve's like, "Hold on." He put somebody on the phone. I couldn't tell who it was at first, but it was Bill from Chicken Fried.
Nice.
So,
that's cool.
Steve, how did Bill do today?
Guys, I'm going to step away for a moment. It's my union mandated break, so I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourself.
You know what he's doing? He's going outside to get that fresh air.
Oh, we know what he's doing. We know what he's doing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I always call it. I got to go outside to get fresh air.
That's it. So, kids, this is an auspicious occasion, the first time on screen with you.
What's that?
It's well, this is I've never been on the same screen at the same time with you before.
Yeah, we have.
No,
I think on one of my lives.
Oh, maybe I was drunk. If I was, I apologise.
Oh, the computer's messed up. Is that why was Phil Breeden at the same one, Steve?
Hi, Skip.
I know. Hey, Skip is here. Hi, Skip.
Skip's always lurking around.
It says 1 hour ago. So that would have put it 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
What happened?
Oh, Chicken Fried Barbecue was at a competition today.
Uh-oh.
And normally if it's IBCA cook, which I'm trying to see if this was or if it was CBA, the new association down there. Steve was there and said,
Got the crazy hair.
the computers messed up for the scoring and stuff, so they were waiting. Let's see. Well, yeah, I'm guessing he was at the same one because if I look in the chats, I'm watching the replay of his Facebook Live, which he always does, sets up his camera to do awards. And I see, way to go, Bill Purvis in there. So yeah, Crawford and Brother James and Phil and Bill were all at the same one. So, my fault. There's no. Oops. So I'll watch that pretty soon. I'm having about 2 drinks. Then I got to go to bed. I got to get this scruff off my face because I have to go count at church in the morning. So I have to be a good boy.
Yeah, you're looking good there, Ken. I didn't notice any scruff on your face. You're looking very, very good.
I'll be right back.
Maybe I'll gel it, stick it out, look like a chia pet.
I don't know that would suit you there.
There's Dano.
You could maybe try that.
Yeah, our church motto is "Come as you are." So
well,
I could actually just show up, however, and nobody's going to say a word. It's just, oh, Terry liked the sausage. That's good. Terry, you only like the sausage because I fed you. Who are you trying to kid, man? Come on. And Terry was cool. If you look at his picture, his little avatar picture, some bitch is bald, and he come walking in, he's got a full head of hair, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be Terry. Nobody else is going to walk in my tent.
That's it. I'm pulling my hair back. I can't take it anymore.
Patrick's got his hair back. I can mind it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, full head of hair.
Oh, Mike, you missed.
Nice.
Steve, don't ruin it for me. Damn it. No, I didn't near as good as Bill.
Speaking of Bill, there's a Bill there right there.
Hey, Bill, Grumpus.
Yeah, Grumpus. Oh, hello. They were finishing up the live that Hobo and Mr. Homeowner did, a second one for Josh.
Yeah.
Because about 3 weeks ago, Keith spouted off that, yeah, if you raise this much, I'll shave my beard. If you raise this much, I'll shave my head. So for hair, sideburns, beard, everything, had to hit $3,500. Now there was a pledge to match up to $1,000.
Oh, that's cool.
With that pledge, just shy of $6,000 today.
Wow. Good for them.
Josh hasn't worked since early October.
Yeah, and say since this all started for him, right?
So yeah, it's well, I saw him the end of September. He was fine, and then 2 weeks later, boom, he's down and out.
Yeah.
So
and how's he doing at this point, if you don't mind me asking?
Pretty good, but I need to do one thing real quick because Grumpus is here.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Oh, nice. I need to.
Yeah, I got a pen too. It's cool.
I need to.
Well, I sent him to me because I have to use this to pen flip CJ, but I don't get to do that anymore now. So
no, you don't. So is it you running the show now, and then Chris?
No.
No,
Rob,
management.
Mr. Homeowner is going to host, and Hobo's going to co-host.
Okay.
Kind of weird.
How did that
Hobo started it.
Yeah.
Hobo started it. Terry, I'll bring you a pen next year. And a sticker, because I was going to bring him a sticker and I forgot. But
so how did that all come about? Oh, sorry, Kent. Yeah, I was gonna say how did that all come about with y'all passing the torch back? I guess.
Well, yeah, kind of back. Yeah, you're right. CJ been milling it around for a little while, he told me. And I kind of had been secretly too. It's like, fuck, again? You know, it got to the point where it was more work than it was fun for me.
It became a job.
I'm not speaking for I'm speaking for me. And, you know, we had a great time doing it. 2.5 years, damn near every Thursday night, except for a holiday here or there. We had a couple Sunday shows. We had 1 week with 3 shows in it. Wow. We did a Sunday with, I think, Chris the Butcher. And then that Monday night, we had T. Roy Cooks, Baby Back Maniac, and What's New Barbecue on. And that one went until after midnight.
Wow.
And 6 o'clock comes off early. And about the time you recover from that, okay, now you got Thursday night. And that's when super shots are in full effect. So part of it might have been the super shots. Part of it might have been our livers talking too.
Yeah, for real.
But you know, CJ's got a website up and going now. He wants to concentrate on that. His main goal is to be able to get to the point on YouTube. Plus CJ got a real job. You are very, very correct there, Bill. 3 weeks before I went out to California to meet, and I met CJ, AB, Kirby, Mary and Tom, Josh and Bethany, Kevin Lockett, Zach, DJ iPad, and I'm missing one. Damn it, who is it? Anyway, CJ switched companies in the mortgage industry, and I'm going to tell you what, when I was there, he was working right up until showtime on that Thursday night when we had Barton's barbecue on. Because we had planned it out. He made me cook the gals a tri-tip. Gals and nice. CJ and Melissa's kids. And then I came in, I said, I opened the office door that's right behind him. And I said, what the hell's the Wi-Fi password again? He goes, damn it, I already told you. Just sit down. And then what do? I drop a drink like this. Here's the deal. It dropped straight down. The lid popped off and it stayed standing. I had to clean it up after the show with one paper towel. I was like, whew. Because if that went all over his floor, I would have been fired right then.
You know, when I was on the hot seat, I think you brought that story up. And I'm just honored I was on the hot seat. I mean, and he was busy that day too. He kind of came and went, and
yeah. Well, you know, he got the new job where he actually had to work, and we were there Friday. He was working till 6:30. Saturday, he had to answer about 10 emails while everybody was in the house, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was hired to straighten this company out because the company is so screwed up. I mean, the way they do stuff compared to the company his wife works for, because they're both in the same industry. So here, they're sitting 4 feet apart.
That's
in the
my
mortgage
wife
industry,
right there,
working for 2 different mortgage companies. So it's kind of weird.
That's crazy.
But, you know, they feed off each other, and if one gets pissed off, the other one will be like, hey, just do this. Like, you know,
yeah.
So, and those two are 2 peas in a pod, I'll tell you that.
That's cool. Small town Texas barbecue. I like that he put his flag up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which small town are you in? Small town Texas barbecue? Because I'm in a small town in Texas too.
I'm going to be in a big town in Texas in a month.
Yeah.
I know. I heard about that.
I wish they had that competition still going, or I would have went.
I do too, because I'd love to see it. We're actually going to take one day, and we're going to drive down to Galveston and check it out because the wife's thinking about taking a vacation down there. And I think after she sees how many YouTubers are within an hour or so of Houston or Galveston, she's going to be like, nope, we're not going there because you're going to be wanting to do all this and this with, and then we're going to spend a day and a half or so up in Austin. So there you go, Grumpus. That's kind of the tentative schedule. We're flying in on a Wednesday. I'll get there 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. I'll be back home by 5 o'clock Sunday.
So small town says San Angelo. I had a friend who lived in San Angelo for a long time. His name was Shane Dorotek. Loved that guy. I lost contact with him probably 5 or 6 years ago, and he was such a cool guy.
Yeah,
San Angelo.
That's way up there, close to North Texas. I'm closer to South Texas. I'm about 25 minutes from San Antonio.
Oh my God!
Look at that, Mike.
He knows Shane. He knows Shane. No shit. Tell Mike Wolford says hi and to get a hold of me.
Oh my God!
Hey, Shane
that's so awesome.
Mike, you know what we call that in Northwest Iowa? Dutch bingo. I know this guy who might know this guy, and so you both know him. And it's like bingo.
Oh, they went to school with him. Nice, yeah. Shane's a great guy. Shane was super
6
sharp.
degrees of separation thing.
Exactly. Yeah. The company I worked 4 years ago.
Marcel, you don't live in Iowa. We call it Dutch bingo. Knock it off. You and your Texas crap.
Oh, we got to hear the Australian.
I'm trying to tone it down.
Now you're in Iowa. So if Kent is in Iowa, how does that fit in with our trip, cousin? Because we've got to visit Marcel, and then we've got 20 people.
Well, sounds like Patrick's got to go, guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was going to say. No.
It's me. I'm sitting outside. I live 2 blocks away from a fire department. So somebody's having a horrible night right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm
glad you can tell it wasn't Patrick because it didn't sound like one of them little old English police cars. Wee, 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 back in the movies.
Yeah.
That'd be what Patrick is.
I'm glad you've watched lots of movies, Kent.
Not recently, but I used to.
You're a movie lover. Yeah, so where's Idaho compared to how do we do this, cuz? Where does
Well, we probably have to meet. We'd probably have to fly in and meet like in Tampa or Miami or something.
Right.
And then just head up the coast to Chris's place.
Yes.
And then swing over to where Wisconsin or Ricer's at. Head down that way towards Louisiana.
On the way from the Northeast, you'd have to swing down and see Leprechaun and Hobo in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you come back up into Wisconsin, and then you come straight west, and then you swing down and see me.
There you go. And then straight down, because we got to go to Louisiana, and then into Texas to see Marcel and all those guys.
785,000 other YouTubers.
YouTubers.
Exactly. We might not make it out of Texas, man.
Exactly. But I'm hearing that small town Texas barbecue says we can stay there. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard him say earlier. We can stay with him. If it's like Chris, you can stay at the end of the driveway in your car.
I'm 20 miles from San Marcos. I'm in Seguin.
Seguin, they just had a cook-off there last week, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's where they had there's a new sanctioning body in Texas now instead of just IBCA. It's called I think they called it CBA, Champions Barbecue Association. Or is it BCA? I forget. Fred Robles is the president of the new sanctioning body. But what I saw last week is they did, if I remember right, they did chicken, they did ribs, they did an SCA style steak, and fajitas.
That sounds good.
Well, if you think about it, your longest cook is going to be roughly 5 hours with ribs. Everything else is a shorter cook. Versus KCBS, you got 2 quick meats, so to speak, ribs and chicken. And CBA, thank you, Steve. See, ask the guy in Texas who, owns a seasoning company. He'll take care of everything.
Yes.
Or he'll bullshit his way through it. But
bullshit his way through it. Okay.
Small town Texas barbecue. I'll tell you what. My kids and I went downtown not too long ago, and that where the Burnt Bean is, it was formerly a restaurant called the Warehouse, which was like a bar and grill, and they used to have outdoor music. They had fire pits outside, and we loved that place. And since the pandemic hit, we haven't been really going anywhere, but we went downtown. We parked. We noticed the sign was taken out. And we're like, oh no, the Warehouse is gone. And then as we were walking by it, we saw the painting on the windows that said the Burnt Bean Barbecue. So I haven't tried it, but I did see it. How funny is that? Yeah.
Ernest Cervantes.
Is that who owns it? At the Burnt Bean?
You know what? Yep, because it's Burnt Bean Barbecue Company. And if you ever want to hear a good story about Ernest, ask Chef Johnny.
Well, I saw him on the Food Network during the Pitmaster thing that he was on. I had no idea that was his. That's awesome. We'll definitely have to try it.
Yeah, that's Chef tells the story. He and Ernest went head to head, and Ernest beat Chef by like a half point to win grand.
Wow.
And Ernest was already qualified for the American Royal in Kansas City. And he beat Chef by a half point. Or Chef would have been at the American Royal in Kansas City.
Oh, in Australia, do they do anything like that, Patrick? They do food competitions, anything like that?
It's not as big a deal over here, especially barbecuing. Barbecuing is big, but not really as in a competition sense. No, we just drive on the wrong side of the road, man. That's
on the wrong side.
Yeah, and their police cars go wee wee wee. Wee.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with their sound.
See, that's why he didn't flinch when the fire trucks came by. He knew it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
No, it's my next door neighbor. They're here all the time.
Does your toilet really flush the other way?
Yes. Would you like to see it?
No. When I come visit, I'll see it. But not until
you'll be seeing a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be getting really acquainted with your toilet.
It really does go counterclockwise?
Yeah.
I always thought that was just somebody blowing smoke up somewhere.
You thought that was just in the movies.
Yeah, with the guy. You get funny guys who talk about wallabies and shit like that.
Wallabies.
Come to New York and try get hung or mugged, and they're sitting there and
this sounds familiar, like a movie or something.
Patrick,
that's not a knife. That's a knife.
Patrick, wasn't it?
The guy comes up and she says he's got a knife, and then he says, no, that's a knife.
I love that movie. Didn't you do a recipe with wallaby meat? Was that you?
quite a few. Yeah.
Okay, that was even.
I'd love to see. I mean, I don't think you can get it over there. You could probably get kangaroo over there because I've seen Meaty Mike do kangaroo.
Meaty Mike had it. Yeah, he had kangaroo.
But wallaby is much better. Wallaby's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Forgive me for not seeing wallabies in a movie. What's the difference between that and a kangaroo?
They're just they're a small kangaroo. They're basically a small kangaroo, but the meat is a lot less gamey, and it's just much nicer than kangaroo. I don't even like kangaroo. I think it sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had any of that.
Is it just too gamey for you, or?
I don't know. Yeah, something about it. But when I tried wallaby, I thought there's no comparison. They're basically the same animal, but for some reason, it's 10 times better. But then that's a matter of taste, isn't it? You might try it and hate it. I don't know. But you see, I've never even had venison, so.
That's good. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's for me. So in North America, we have basically two elks. We have Rocky Mountain elks, and then we have Roosevelt elks. And Rocky Mountain elk is good, but Roosevelt elks are much better, and it comes down to the gaminess of it.
It might be that, yeah.
Dano's Pit says that he has a place near him that has kangaroo and alligator burgers, and Small Town Texas Barbecue says kangaroo on their menu, a place up there. Wow, I've never seen that.
You know what? I'm really surprised by that in the States, just for the fact that it has to be USDA inspected.
Maybe they have farms here or something that do it. I don't know.
They might.
They better have tall damn fences. That's all I got to say.
No, it would all be imported because we've got a huge industry here, kangaroo meat industry.
Sure, we get beef from Japan, you know.
True.
We get dog from the Philippines, you know.
I can do that.
There is one guy I know that's on YouTube, and I really don't want to say his name because he has a podcast, and he screwed over our brothers over in the UK when he came on their show.
I know who you're talking about.
But he said he has been lobbying for years to get horse meat USDA inspected, just like beef. He said, now I take him with a grain of salt, because he said once you have ground horse burger, you'll never go back to beef.
That guy was a windbag, dude. He was such a windbag.
That guy's to quote Hobo and Nickel, that guy's a douche canoe.
Yeah.
What he did to Ryan and Matt.
I remember texting you during that. You and I were texting back and forth during that. Yeah, and I was like, this guy. I can't even remember.
Sorry, Mike.
No, you're fine, Marcel. You're fine.
Was it somebody on the hot seat? I didn't see it. I don't know who we're talking about.
No. He was on the Barbecue Talks podcast in England.
Yeah,
Ryan and Matt. Ryan and Matty O. And this guy came in and basically dry humped them with penetration right off the bat, bashing their sponsor, playing live music, knowing it's on YouTube, everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
He knew. He was a know-it-all too. He knew. Just ask him. I mean, slick talking SOB, in my opinion.
Oh, that's when you have technical difficulties in the middle of an interview and it just goes down.
Yeah. Let's put it this way, he won't be on my show ever. I just, like I said, Kit and I were talking back and forth via text, and it's like, no thanks. And we talked to Ryan. You and I talked to Ryan about it a few weeks later, and he was kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
I might hit one of y'all up and ask privately who this person is, because I'm nosy.
That's fine. I'll probably have to look them up.
I'll tell you right now because I don't like the MFer, and I really don't care. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants to me. I give two shits less. It's Greg Rempe from the Barbecue Central show. He's a miserable piece of shit. Yep, and I will. Nope. I won't listen to his podcast. He comes on Ricers once in a while because Ricers an embedded correspondent with him, which basically means he's using Ricer for Ricers people to come.
Oh, gotcha.
Come watch. So I just I won't do it. He's a piece of shit.
No. Well, I think we all know some people like that who just aren't our cup of tea.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I guarantee I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but at least I'm upfront and honest, and you take me for face value versus that fake fuck.
Yeah, totally. Like 100%. I'm not fake either.
I can't say that after midnight. I can't say that after midnight because I got to go to church tomorrow.
You would fit in.
What's that, Patrick?
You would fit very well down here in Australia, mate.
Yeah.
Actually, you sound,
okay.
Are you sure you're not Australian?
Patrick, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you know where Wooroloo is at? Wooroloo.
You don't mean Uluru, you mean Woolaroo?
Woolaroo? Fuck, it's your country.
It sounds like you're trying to say Uluru, which is Ayers Rock, which is right in the centre of Australia. Woolaroo. How do you spell it again?
I agree, Magwood.
Yeah.
Rolloo. Dano.
Okay.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, it's in Western Australia. Yep. Why do you ask?
Okay. Guess what? There's a KCBS barbecue. There's a KCBS barbecue competition there.
Is there really?
That's a long drive.
I know. I'm on the KCBS. I'm on the KCBS website because I know for a fact that I have seen. It's right outside of Perth.
Yeah. That's a fair way away from me.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm making a refill.
Yeah, no worries.
Do you know?
Okay, because you're right outside of where?
In Melbourne.
I'm on the East Coast, Kent. So that's like the difference between New York and LA.
So you're by Melbourne or Sydney or where?
Yeah, Melbourne, which is southeast.
Yeah.
So it's a long way away.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map, and that is the only one that is in Australia.
Wow.
So whoever wins that one competition in Australia gets an automatic invite in September to Kansas City for the American Royal.
Wow.
There you go, Patrick.
Of course, they got to pay. I'm sure the airplane tickets are $500 round trip.
Oh, sure.
I would have to learn how to cook.
Terry, don't you dare be spreading rumors about me like that.
Grumpus wants to know, for argument's sake, how do we decide which animals are okay and not to eat? That beats the hell out of me.
You know what?
I'll eat it.
That is from the United. Well, for retail sale in the States, that is through the USDA.
Okay. So they say no horse.
If they say no horse, no horse.
No horse.
But
maybe they say that about Wallaby.
We've got drag racing somewhere. What's going
Yeah,
on?
I've muted her.
Hey, just a little known fact. You know where that town is? That's in the state of Western Australia. Western Australia is a state of Australia, and it's 3 times the size of Texas.
Holy crap! Everything's
Say
bigger
that
in
again.
Texas.
The state that town Woolaroo is in Western Australia, which is a state, one of 6 states, and it's 3 times the size of Texas.
So you're telling me the continent of Australia would pretty much be like Alaska? Because if you took, you see Alaska on a map, it's way up over here. It's out of the way. But if you inlaid Alaska over the continental U.S., it would go from, I forget if it's the Missouri or the Mississippi west.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking huge. But I think Australia is bigger than Alaska.
Australia's the same size as the continental US, and we've only got 6 states.
It is, really? Wow.
So Western Australia, if you look at a map, it's the whole left half of Australia is chopped off, and it's 3 times, might even be 4 times the size of Texas.
Wow, that's crazy.
One state. Can you imagine how big that is? So it's a massive, massive country.
Definitely. I didn't realize it was ever that big, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's huge, man. Huge. There's no one here, but it's huge.
Let's see.
Marcel's back.
I'm back.
Yay.
We're talking about the size. We're talking about sizes. We're countries.
We're comparing sizes.
I might go back in and get a shot real quick and come back.
You just grab the bottle and a glass. You'll be fine.
You're gonna need it tonight. Now that's Alaska. I know is like the size of the east or the western United States, but it looks so small on a globe. But it's massive.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, you know why? Because it's at the top where it's small. If it was down by the equator, it'd look massive.
Spread out.
Exactly.
I mean, put my fat ass at the top of a globe, I'd look skinny too.
Maybe that's what I need to do. My head up there.
Grumpus says squirrels are delicious.
I think it was last week somebody was talking about eating squirrels or something.
My cat thinks squirrels are delicious.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people cooking squirrels. It looks good. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Can't be much meat on them.
No, that's the thing. I mean, while I've eaten rabbits like that, it's okay, but it's just, I'd rather have chicken or something like that.
Yeah.
I've never had rabbit.
Rabbit's okay.
I've never had duck.
Duck is good. Have you ever cooked with duck, Kent? He's gone.
Oh. I've never had duck. I've actually seen it in the grocery store frozen, but I've never eaten it.
You've got to try it. If you like turkey, if you like any of that sort of stuff, you'll love duck.
Okay.
Man.
Oh, goose.
Goose can be good as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never had goose.
See, the problem with duck is always known to be dry, so you have to cook it with something fatty. So the best way to cook a duck is you take the little duck breast, and a big duck breast is about the size of a boneless chicken thigh. And you wrap that son of a bitch with bacon and cook it indirect, crisp up the bacon at the end, you're fine. The problem with goose, this is Canadian snow geese, is known to be greasy. So
really?
You actually brine this because it'll help, the salt will help pull out the grease, and then you do not cook this past 165 degrees, because then it'll dry out.
Wow.
So have you ever cooked whole, like a whole duck, Kent?
No.
Yeah. Is that? I've actually done that on a grill, believe it or not. Believe that. How about that?
And you get spatula.
I've never done that.
You've got to. There's so much fat in the skin. You've got to get that fat. You've got to render the fat out, and then it turns really crispy. There's nothing better. And then you use the duck fat on potatoes, roast potatoes.
Oh, there you go. That sounds good. Actually.
Yeah, that does sound good. It sounds good. I know, like, the professional cooking shows and stuff, they're all about the duck and the
Duck fat.
gosh. Yes. And then the duck, what's the fancy dish, the duck liver or something? What's it called? That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at small town Texas. What the hell is your first name again?
The COVID one. Speaking of shots, that's what you're talking about.
No, he says duck is awesome. There's a place here that does
the duck
wing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What is that? Two bites? One for the flat and one for the drum head? How Mac. How small do duck wings have to be? Squirrel
if I ever
briskets.
talk to Shane Dortek again, I'm going to go, do you know Mac? Hope I talk to Shane again. Shane was awesome. Such a smart
Sure, you can Google it.
Oh, I'm sure he's out there. I used to follow him on Facebook.
But look at that one. Grumpus, those squirrel briskets don't take long at all. Hell, I bet you could probably do 20 squirrel brisket over 4 pieces of Kingsford. Indirect.
Have you ever cooked with alligator, Kent?
Yes.
I love alligator.
A couple years ago, we took a family vacation. We went down to Orlando, which we're going back to this year. And we took a road trip down to Melbourne, Florida, where Shane lives.
Yeah.
Oh, the pilot Shane. Skinny Chef.
Yeah, never trust Skinny Chef Shane. And we met them down there, and his buddy CJ down there has one of the airboats. So we went on Lake Washington, which is actually a river reservoir that starts down by Melbourne and flows north to Jacksonville.
That sounds cool.
So in the States, a river flowing north, there's like 5 of them in all the U.S. that a river runs north.
The Willamette, the Snake River.
Columbia, part of the Columbia runs north. But anyway, it's the only one in the southeast that does. So anyway, we went on airboat rides. We allegedly played whack-a-mole through these channels with an airboat running over gator.
Wow.
And allegedly we hit a 10 or 12 footer and the whole boat was out of the water.
Wow.
Holy.
It was like,
and allegedly the biggest guy on the boat about shit his pants. He allegedly
did you now?
He allegedly doesn't like gators or snakes. So
I'm with you on the snake there.
We got back to Shane's house and he pulls out these 2 1-pound packages of gator fillets. Now understand, this guy, born and raised, has never lived outside the state of Florida. He goes, "Can you show me how to cook these?"
Wow.
And I said, "Yep." He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yep." I said, "Where's this? Where's this? Where's this?" He just pointed. So I took over Shane's kitchen. I rifled through his cupboards. I got some oil. I got a big skillet, put about 3/8 half-inch oil in it, made myself a dredging station, just went to town. And CJ, who had the airboat, had his little 4-year-old stepson along. And he was sitting there and he goes, he called him C. He goes, see, can I have a chicken nugget? Because I just breaded them up. And then, they came out like little chunks. For a 4-year-old, I can see where it looked like a brisket nugget.
Sure.
He goes, yeah, would you like one? He goes, yeah. So he let it cool off, gave it to him, and little fart sitting on the corner of the counter, and he's like, see, these are good. Little fart had no idea what he was eating. I bet he ate 12 to 15, like 3/4 by 3/4 by 3/4 cubes or 1-inch cubes of gator meat. And it's a gator fillet meat, which comes off the tail.
Yeah.
That's how I get my head.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
That's how you get what?
I was going to say that's how I got my kids to eat everything when they were smaller. I had to tell them it was chicken.
Chicken, yeah.
It could have been anything. Shrimp, fish. Would you like some chicken?
Remember when I was a kid, we butchered a chicken, and you scold it to get the feathers off of there. My brother was probably, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe 8 at the most. And after we started pulling the feathers off, he's like, "There's a chicken in there." Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Shane got pissed from landlocked guy from the state of Iowa to show him how to cook gator.
You can, you just make nuggets out of it. Shit, you can do that with anything, man.
It was. I didn't have to cut it up or nothing. It was already in the little nuggets.
Yeah.
You just emptied it, patted it dry, flour, egg wash, panko, little seasoning, put it in oil, GBD, pull it out, put it on a paper plate, and let 4-year-olds munch on it all night.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you can put anything. I mean, shit, that's basically what fried okra is, right?
I love fried okra.
Good. Yeah.
You know what? I've never tried fried okra.
Oh, fried okra is good. Okra itself is hit and miss. Fried okra is great.
It's good in soups. Okra is good in soups.
Okay. Yeah, it's a southern thing here. My son bought some a month or so ago, some frozen, and he's like, why did you buy this? And he's like, well, because I thought I'd try it. He goes, what do you recommend? I go, fry it up.
Yeah. I think okra originates from Africa, and we won't go into the specifics of how that migrated over here, but yeah,
Marcel, there's a very easy answer for that.
Shipping.
It migrated through what they call tourism.
Okay. Yeah.
Who is that drag race?
Come on, Marcel, go get that bottle in that shot glass and relax. Come on now.
It's butterscotch schnapps. It's the hard stuff.
Ooh, very nice.
Ooh. Get some of that.
Thank God you got one day.
Yeah.
Yes, even Carrie knows fried okras.
Oh, it's so good. And okra's actually, it really is good in like soup and stew and like, New Orleans jambalaya and all that.
Oh, yeah. I think about that, yeah.
Oh.
There you go, cuz.
That's an idea because I'm going to make that soon from scratch.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Inside joke, guys. Sorry.
Kent,
you'll see soon.
The one thing I want to do is I'd love to, because I've eaten crocodile, but I'm just fascinated to know what the difference might be between that and alligator. Because alligator's freshwater, aren't they? Are they freshwater?
Yes.
Yes. Crocs are salt.
Yeah, crocs are saltwater. I wonder if there'd be a difference.
Well, one's named a crocodile, one's named an alligator, one lives in saltwater, one lives in freshwater.
Yeah, I know, but that's not
all I know.
But I just wonder if there'd be a difference in taste. They'd probably be very similar.
One has a guy named Dundee named after him.
Yeah. And in the States, and the other one, they make purses, boots, and belts out of.
Yeah, they do that here too. I actually watched that movie there just 2 nights ago.
Crocodile Dundee.
I watched it again after about, because it's some anniversary. I heard it on the radio. There's some like 40-year anniversary or something. I thought, can't be that old.
Maybe 30.
I can't be that old.
I think 30. I think it came out in the late 80s, didn't it?
Yeah, 85 or 86. I think. Crocodile
Dundee?
Dundee.
Yeah.
You would have
Yeah,
seen
that's
that.
definitely like.
I'm guessing that was closer to 90.
But you would have seen it, wouldn't you? You're a movie buff.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Who hasn't seen
I've
that show.
watched Crocodile Dundee.
Good, good.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. It's like
I
you
could
did
tell
earlier.
earlier. You knew that line. That's not a knife.
What would have been everybody's favorite 80s movie? I've got a couple.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Oh, Top Gun is awesome. I liked Weird Science. And of course,
Weird
I
Science.
loved Weird
Weird
Science.
Science was cool. Top Gun was real cool.
1986,
Porky's.
Crocodile Dundee. Porky's. I
was
saw
just
Porky's.
hilarious.
I was skimming through stuff, and there was Porky's, and I go, "Do I watch it?" No, I just keep going. But it is fun.
Wait. I got an alternative. Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
Rodney Dangerfield, man.
All-time
Rodney
classic.
Dangerfield.
All-time classic.
Absolute classic.
That what was it in Caddyshack where he finds the Baby Ruth bar in the pool and starts eating it?
Yeah, Bill Murray.
Caddyshack. Yeah.
No big deal. Baby
Yeah.
Ruth bar. And then the old broad faints.
I let my kids watch. I let my kids watch the Griswold Christmas, the Christmas movie for the first time this year. They were dying. They just thought,
Well,
they
that's
were like, "Oh my god, yeah."
Classic.
Look at Terry's comment. Terry, that does not surprise me one bit after meeting you today.
Oh, he's got
You
Porky's.
crazy. Porky's on his laptop.
Weird
They
Science.
got,
Yeah.
they got away with a lot in those 80s high school movies, like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I mean, they were really racy, you know.
Oh, I forgot about that.
They are really
Oh,
racy.
yeah.
My dad's got an awesome set of power tools. I can fix it.
Oh yeah.
We were actually talking about that today before Terry and Ron got to the competition today. Last year I was down there with a guy and he had a 12 by 12 gazebo set up. Okay. And he had tarps around all 3 sides. It was sealed off completely to the trailer. We're running 2 Jim Bowie Green Mountains in there and a Daniel Boone for the 3 meets. Okay. And he fires up them 2 Jim Bowies at the same time. You know how a pellet cooker will smoke until it clears up? He had everything so sealed off. The inside of the trailer and underneath that whole gazebo, we had to lift the sides up to get the smoke to clear.
Like a Cheech and
And I
Chong
was
movie.
what I said it was like Spicoli's van on the beach at Fast Times at Red.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
Yep.
it's like
Mr. Hand.
Sean Penn never got away from that.
That was the best part he ever did.
he should have got a damn Academy Award for that.
Yes, he should have. And
Yeah, like definitely like iconic role for him.
Judge Reinhold, he was great in that show too.
Who was
love
what was
Judge
the
Reinhold.
actor's name?
Yeah.
The actor's
that?
name who played Mr. Hand.
Oh, it was Ray something.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Hand. I think his
The
name was.
teacher in the movie. It reminds me of George Carlin's brother. Or
Wasn't it
something.
My Favorite Martian? Mr. Hand. Mr. Hand Spicoli.
God, Google's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That guy.
it's crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that guy. But like some of the controversial things they they handled in those 80s movies. They just threw out there. Like, you don't see that today in like teen movies and stuff. You don't.
Ray
It's been toned
Walston.
down. Even the John Hughes movies, like I loved 16 Candles and all those movies.
The breakfast
long duck dong.
Can I borrow your underwear for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what?
The Tonga needs food.
No
Why
more
is there
thank you,
so
Wendy.
many?
The Dunga needs food.
I know. So
New high-fangled American girlfriend.
Yeah. Dat you? Yeah, dat me. Where's Sam? She's getting married to Oily Bullhunk.
You got them married.
Yeah. The grandma that was making breakfast with the long cigarette ash, and the mom was like,
yeah, with the spatula, like
it's
Molly
so funny.
Ringwald getting felt up by her grandma when she's 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'm plumb tuckered.
It's all that Molly
It's been a
Ringwald
long
talk.
weekend.
I know.
Yeah.
Ken's gonna go. He's gonna go pay per view Fast Times at Ridgemont High now.
It doesn't sound like a bad idea, actually.
I'm like Terry. I have porn on my laptop.
Oh.
The porn machine.
Actually, I'm married to a redhead, so I just imagine she's Molly Ringwald. So.
Yeah, you're right, Marcel. Though there's something about the '80s movies that they just you can't get away with it today.
You can't.
The stuff
crush.
that was PG, back in the day, would be like R-rated now because we can't have our kids watch that. Shut up and toughen up.
They would ban it. Wouldn't be able to make it.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all.
Good night,
Marcel. Good to see you again. Mike, Patrick, take care.
Till next time.
Have a good night.
Hopefully, we'll see you somewhere tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go. Take care. All right, it's time for my union mandated break. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you go, cuz.
Yeah.
You go.
You know what's union people?
I got to join that union of yours. I got to join that.
It's not the healthiest of union. Let's put it that way.
Oh, none of them are, man. None of them are. Marcel, have you seen Some Kind of Wonderful, the 80s movie?
I think remind me of the story. This title definitely sounds familiar.
I'll tell you who was in it. It was Mary Stuart Masterson. I can't remember the guy's name now. Put it this way: you probably haven't seen it because you know it straight away, and you should see it. It's a classic.
I recognize the movie. And Mary Stuart Masterson, did she have the short blonde hair?
Yes.
I've seen it, but I don't really recall it.
Tomboy. Yeah, it was a brilliant movie, and I think that was a John Hughes movie.
I think it was too. It's coming back to me now. I remember Doc Martens and short hair.
It's just a brilliant movie, and like you said, I mean, there was something about them. I mean, The Breakfast Club is another one.
Oh, they're magical. They're magical movies. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you who I really loved was John Candy.
I love John Candy. It's so tragic what happened to him.
Uncle Buck.
Oh my God. My dad's been passed away since 2002. But his absolute favorite movie of all time was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And so my dad's been passed away 18 years now. But every single holiday I get together with my family, we watch that movie and we talk about my dad. So that was his movie.
Steve,
we laugh every time.
Yeah. I've watched that 50 times. Del Griffith. The shower curtain salesman. And that's one of those movies where there's so many quotable lines in it. You know, you can, if you know the movie, you just quote them endlessly.
Those aren't pillows.
Yes.
Yeah, so funny.
Another, possibly one of my favorites of all time is Midnight Run with Robert De Niro.
Yeah, really good too. Yep.
Oh, man, talk about a quotable movie, that one. Wow.
So, I mean, there's just so many that have gone. And then, but what's fun to watch them is like you see the people and the cars and everything. And then you remember being in a moment watching that, and you're like, everything was so new, and they had the latest and greatest cars, just like now, and everything looks so old. Like, you know?
Yeah, well, that was great. You brought that up because I did a quick search of 80s movies, and I realised there's about 500 of them that are my favourites.
I love John Cusack. I adore John Cusack. Yeah.
Yes.
My younger brother looks like.
The movie The Sure Thing.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And then Pushing 10. Did you ever see Pushing 10?
Yeah.
Oh my God. My younger brother looks like John Cusack, and when he was younger, he's heavier now, you know, because we're getting older. But my brother used to actually get mistaken for John Cusack.
Did he really?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's brilliant, John Cusack. Love the guy. Love it. Better Off Dead.
He was yeah. That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Delta Force.
Who said that?
You know, it's funny.
That would have been cool.
Delta Force.
Just talking Top Gun, and when I was outside, I was looking at Facebook really quick, and it came up on my phone. Total random. Like, oh, cool.
How about that, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new one. But
some neighbor around here has kids in the backyard right now, which is odd because it's nearly 10 p.m. here. But I keep hearing kids squealing. They must have a party going on or something, and I keep panicking because I think it's my kids. Like something's going on. I need to go regulate in there or something.
Spaceballs. No, I hear you. I can hear them in the background. I can hear them in the background.
It's not my kids. I keep like the mom spidey sense keeps going like, who do I need to go talk to? But it's not mine. Mine are good.
Rob's on. Speaking of Rob, Patrick.
Speaking of Rob,
Rob, we were talking about Rob earlier. It was all good though, Rob. All good.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
So funny. Oh my God.
On the plaid.
And the other one, it's not 80s. It's more probably early 2000s, but not Guardians of the Galaxy, Space Quest or something. It had
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Oh my God, that movie was freaking hysterical.
I was reading just yesterday that supposedly they're talking about making a part 2 to that. So
I love Tim Allen. I loved him. Yeah.
Porky's and you know what, Rob? We're talking about anything and everything. I just put a link out there. Hop on it, man. We're just out here just BSing. Right now, we're talking about movies. We were talking about food earlier, and
we went down a definite segue for sure.
Yeah, talking about Wallaby.
80s movies.
Wallaby meat to 80s movies.
Well, if you had to pick your favorite movie, if you do have a favorite movie of all time, I know what mine is.
All time. I want to say Wrath of Khan. I'm a Trekkie. I love Wrath of Khan, but that's just me. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Wrath of Khan. Yeah. What did you think of the new Star Trek movies?
They were okay. I mean, they tried.
You didn't like them?
They were okay. I like the new television series as they got out. They've got 2 of them. Well, they got 3. Lower Decks, which is a cartoon. Picard, which I really enjoyed. And then Discovery was they just wrapped up the 3rd season, and I really enjoyed that one. The 3rd season. 1 and 2 were okay, but the 3rd one I thought was great.
I have probably what I'd say 2, and I'm not I have lots of movies I love, but if I come across it and it's playing on any channel, I'll stop and watch it, and that's Titanic. Loved it. Love it. The ultimate girl movie. And then I like, and you'll never see it. I never see it on syndication or anything, but I love Signs with Mel Gibson.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Love that one. Like,
there's an Aussie for you right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a good question then. Favorite Mel Gibson movie?
Patriot.
Signs. Oh, Patriot was awesome too.
Yeah, Patriot was good. Signs. Yeah. What about what was that? I've got it on Blu-ray. He just directs it. He's not in it, and it's to do with the Mayans in South America. It's a chase movie. What's it called? Apocalypto.
I have not seen that.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, you should see it.
Mad Max, Braveheart. Mad Max and Braveheart.
Oh, I loved Braveheart. Dang it. I loved Braveheart. But I'm so sad at the end.
Yeah. I like the Patriot. I thought Patriot was awesome.
He didn't, his life didn't end well, did it?
No.
Not in Patriot. Or in,
William Wallace.
He died too, though. If I remember correctly. I know his son does.
Yeah.
Step Brothers. Step Brothers is a good one. That one's just messed up.
Oh my gosh.
But I love it.
I recently, this past summer, I let my kids watch the Animal Detective, Pet Detective.
Oh, Ace Ventura.
Oh my God. We were all dying.
Lethal Weapon. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, but I kept thinking of Bruce Willis. But yeah, Lethal Weapon. That's a good one.
Funny.
There's 3 of them, I think, wasn't there? 3 Lethal Weapons. 4? Okay. Yeah. What Women Want. That was my wife made me watch that.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that one. About you,
You
Patrick?
had to wish in that one though. You had to wish though, and one of the women that were walking by, you had to have wished that they were having besides my pantyhose or my shoes or insecurities, that they had one woman walk by that was doing some kind of heavy scientific theory or legal something that was a little bit more in depth.
Yeah. Was Einstein right about E equals MC squared?
Yeah. See, they should have one chick doing that for sure.
Yeah. That would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
About you, Patrick?
What about me, cuz?
Yeah. You said Apocalypto?
Oh, no, I love that movie. I think it's incredible. But gee, when you start thinking about how many good movies he's been in, I love the Lethal Weapon series. Look, I just have to go back to Mad Max, particularly Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, I believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is I watch it every Christmas religiously.
I haven't seen it
Cinderella
in years. Yeah, that's a really good one too.
Well, isn't this year supposed to be the year Mad Max was supposed to take place in? 2021 or something like that, or 2020?
Yeah. That could be true. Yeah, that was a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It was huge.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. Didn't they remade it too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember being not that great.
Well, look, it was good for what it was, but it was really no story. It was just a chase movie, really.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But for me, The Road Warrior, Mad Max 2, because I'll never forget seeing it here in the cinemas. It just blew me away when I was a kid. Awesome.
Rob wants to know what your time zone is, Patrick. He's in the future, Rob.
Yeah, Rob. It's 3 in the afternoon here on Saturday. Sorry, Sunday. See, even I've forgotten what day it is.
Yeah, here comes that work.
As in my time zone. I don't even know what it's called. What's my time zone? Eastern something or other. I'll Google it.
Eastern Australian time. It shows up on my emails from you.
Yeah. It's something like that. Eastern something. Eastern Australian time or something. EST.
EADT is what it says here for me.
EADT. There.
Yeah. Eastern Australia Daylight Time. Do you guys do daylight savings time?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
I hate daylight savings.
I don't know anybody who likes that.
Really? Why do we do it then, dude?
Yeah, it's dumb.
We should stop it.
I know. They talk about it all the time, but it never happens.
I think it's a conspiracy to keep us all awake.
Yeah. D.A. Barry Outdoors. What's up, my brother? Just chilling, having a good time. Said Rob says Australia has 3 time zones.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's China has 1 or something like that.
Very confusing.
Yeah. And in Australia, do they have to abide by daylight savings or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Man,
so
we
can opt out of it.
What do you mean?
So there's parts of like I think Hawaii does not observe daylight savings. And
I see what you mean. Yeah. No, there
Arizona
is.
doesn't.
Queensland doesn't do it, which makes it very difficult for people living on the border. Queensland's the second biggest state in Australia. It's about 2 times the size of Texas, I think. But they don't do daylight savings.
Yeah. This is dumb. It's dumb.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid, man. Stupid.
I mean, okay, so for us in November, 1st of November, it's like, okay, cool. I get an extra hour sleep. But come March, you lose it. You're just like, this is dumb.
Well, isn't there 2 time zones in Idaho?
Yes, there are.
Yeah, there is. Because I had to look you up. I looked up Start. I'm like, hang on, which one is it? It's an hour ahead or?
Yeah, I'm in Mountain.
Yeah.
And
very strange.
Northern Idaho is Pacific. And it's all based upon, population centers. Like there's a part of Eastern Oregon that is Mountain Time Zone, but most of it is not. And it's all because of Boise's the biggest one.
Yeah. We all live on the same rock, brother.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
Yep, just different parts of it.
Anyway, Champ BBQ will be appearing on a little-known Australian channel very soon. How about that, eh?
Really? Nice.
Yes, he'll put in an appearance. I've got him.
Cool.
Yeah, let's see how cool he is compared to the dude.
But maybe you blow me away then.
Maybe you can't compare.
Well, I don't think there's any comparison. Yeah.
No, probably not. You certainly don't look the same. You look completely different.
Rob will blow me out of the water, man. Especially when I went, good day, folks. Patrick here. I was like, oh my God. Hello, folks. Hello, Governor.
Now, I've just contacted my union.
Yeah.
And they've said I'm entitled to a break as well.
Okay. All right.
And they've just said to be careful because you've got a responsibility to allow me to have a break.
Well, you abide by different laws there.
No, don't start with that. Trying to get out of it.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead. I'm there with you, Rob. I can see Elon Musk doing that.
I've got the phones on.
Hey, I can talk while you're on break. I just don't want to hear the toilet flush. I hope you guys are enjoying this tonight. Yeah, I hear you. Resetting clocks is crap, man. Total crap. The only good thing about it is I got to change the batteries on the smoke detector. Marcel's back.
And now we have a train going by.
Well, why wouldn't you?
By the end of this year, we'll be living out on our property, and it'll be much quieter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Patrick, he thinks that I owed him a break.
I disagree.
He runs by a different set of rules, different country, different laws.
They're upside down.
Exactly. And I the toilet flush backwards. So
I want to see that. I might have to Google or
yeah,
look that up on YouTube. Isn't that wild?
That is. That is. And how is it? So my wife had a question. I thought it was kind of funny, but if you think about it, it makes sense. So if this is the Earth and you're out this far, right? And you can zoom in on somebody on the bottom of the Earth, let's say like Patrick, would he appear upside down? I guess it just depends.
I've never used. You know what?
Yeah.
We use Google Earth quite a bit to look at this or that, but I've never looked at anybody in Australia.
Yeah. See, I think Patrick had to turn his camera around.
Listen, we're very
to make it look like it's right side up.
We are very good looking down here.
Are you? Very good looking guys down there. Yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you would have seen, we've got a few people. Hugh, what's his name? Hugh Grant. Not Hugh Grant.
Huge Grant.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, yeah.
He's a good looking guy.
He's a good looking guy.
So, my New Year's resolution was never to use Google as a verb again.
Oh my God. Well, I think I told y'all the story about my 91-year-old grandfather. He's actually my husband's grandfather, but I've adopted him because, we're married and stuff. But he says to my husband one time, they were talking about cars, repairing cars or something, this or that. And the grandfather, who's like, loves working on cars, finally says they can't get to the bottom of it. And he says to Evan, he says, well, did you Google it? This is when he was like 89. This was a couple years ago, but I was like, that is the most awesome thing I think I've heard in a long time.
That's funny. It has become a verb, right?
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Everything. Yep.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
I Google a lot. That's what I did when we were trying to look up Mr. Hand. I was like, hey, Google it.
This is for Rob. Rob, hell yeah, man.
VB. What does it stand for? Victoria Bitter.
Victoria Bitter. That's the state that I live in, the state of Victoria.
Nice.
And Rob, I think on his video earlier on, maybe the one that he sent me just before, he was drinking, it looked like a Corona or something. He had the lime in it.
Mm-hmm. Corona and lime. That's the way to go, man.
Because I don't know if you know, Rob likes his beer.
That's what I hear and what I've seen.
I don't know if you've noticed that.
I've never noticed it either. Einstein invented carburation.
and Marcel doesn't drink beer. Do you drink beer at all, Marcel?
In the summer, I will a little bit, but I don't like beer. I mean, I do sometimes. I like Dos Equis, like a Dos Equis dressed with salt and lime.
What's that? Oh, that's beer.
Oh, it's a Mexican beer.
Yeah.
Dos Equis.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a Mexican beer, and then I like Stella Artois, and then sometimes I like Guinness, but that's rare.
I like it in stew.
Marcel, what is this ABV business? What's that mean? What's ABV alcohol? What is it?
Rob would know.
You mentioned it before, because you were talking about a beer that you were drinking, had ABV content or something.
Oh, well, Google it.
No.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
I think I did.
No.
ABV.
You were talking about a beer. It was 10% ABV.
ABV beer. I'm Googling here. I'm Googling.
Yeah, some of those are
alcohol by volume. So
have you? I think it's a beer from Denmark, but have you heard of elephant beer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are super strong.
I got drunk as a skunk on that one time. Because
isn't it from Denmark?
Yeah.
Isn't it from Denmark?
Yeah. It was just after I started.
They're super skunky.
Yeah.
They smell super skunky, and they're crazy strong.
Well, I didn't realize how strong it was. I thought it was still here, and I got throwing up in a bucket.
Oh, that's always fun, man. That is always fun.
Chris is in the house.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Chris, this is Rob. This is who asked me the ABV? Someone did. Oh, Mac. 4.9%.
Yeah. Now there's another thing that's hops.
Yeah.
How hoppy, how bitter it is, or whatever. Is that on there as well?
No, that's what I was talking about. That's what I thought that meant.
Rob, that was a rookie question.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, we're rookies. So the hoppiness, like I think mine was like 12.5 or something like that, or 12 or 10 or something like that. But the alcohol volume is like 4.5. ABV was 4.5.
See, I know. I normally drink wine, but I've taken a break from wine because I've been trying to lose some weight. And so I don't drink tons of like boozy booze, but I love Captain Morgan's, the spiced rum. And so I've been drinking that with Diet Coke and then the diet sugar-free cranberry juice. And that's been good.
So you've stopped the wine, but now it's rum.
Well, with low-calorie mixers, I count the calories,
Yes. Well, I do that too, but not because of the calories. I just don't like how sweet. I can't stand really sweet drinks.
Yeah, but I've actually been enjoying it a lot. I feel, it's not like I am on IG, Madwood. I sure am. And there's a link to it in most of the descriptions of my videos. Actually, if you go to my channel, there's a little icon at the top. I'll follow you back. But yeah, no, I feel better drinking less sugar too. And wine is very sugary.
Here's a question for you. It's non-booze related. Has anybody noticed that on Instagram their followers is growing? Mine is just skyrocketed all of a sudden.
That's great.
That's because you're the dude.
Yeah.
Because you're the dude.
Yeah. No. Mine's approaching 1,000, and I'm just like, holy crap! What the hell?
Well, listen, it's since last week when I actually said that you were Jeff Bridges. That's why it's happened.
Exactly.
Oh, it must be. That's what a fantastic.
That's it. Oh, Jeff Bridges lookalike.
Yeah, ride with it, man. Ride with it.
Had an employee that drank mouthwash.
Yeah, I lived with a guy that did that.
That's brutal.
That's insane. Yeah.
And then he started injecting methylated spirits and all sorts of things.
Yeah, you were talking about that last time we were here talking. That is insane. Yeah. I've heard stories of people that drink the cough syrup too, which probably tastes like Jägermeister syrup.
Yeah.
You couldn't have anything alcoholic in the house. You would just, anything. You'd just eat it, drink it, whatever. And then I caught him one day. He was shooting up bloody turpentine on some,
That's hardcore.
That's an alcoholic.
Yeah, that is hardcore alcohol.
That's major hardcore.
Wow.
Yeah, that was not nice. And I can't even. When you get to that point, you're not even. When you're injecting it, you're not tasting anything, are you? It's just horrible.
You're after that high.
That seems like it would just kill you.
I'm sure it did.
Hypertonic problem, like with blood, something issues. I don't even know.
Oh, it's just you name it. Just destroy you.
Yeah, Rob's got a point too. Those people never tend to party. They got lost at the first one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid of needles. I don't like. Well, I'm not afraid, but I do not like needles. Right?
Nope.
And I'm going to start injecting myself. I'm looking at getting the Robovac vaccination, when I can, and thinking, oh my God, I have to have at least one shot, but two? No. And those needles are like that long, man. You're just like, holy
crap. Oh my God. I can't even do it. My sister, I have two sisters and two brothers, but one of my sisters took my mom and my brother-in-law, and they went and got the first round of vaccines this past week. And we haven't done that, but I think we will sometime. But I don't like needles either. We're just in our bubble for now.
I had an umbilical hernia that I had replaced 2 years ago, or repaired. And they do a robot now that kind of went over the stomach, right, to do it. And they had to put need IV in both hands, right? And the nurse that came and did the first one, oh my God, man, she dug and dug and dug and dug. I was like, stop, just enough. Get an old school nurse. This old lady, she had to be in her early 60s, came up first, right in, and the same with the other arm, or other hand. But man, this lady, she just dug and stopped.
That's torture. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only had one time, you know, I had C-sections with my kids, right? But with somebody trying to put an IV in with my daughter, the last time they couldn't, and I have decent veins. I have good veins. And this woman could not get it. And I think after the fifth poke, I was like, okay, time out. You know, I'm already having so many issues, contractions and everything else. And she's trying to just kept sticking me. It was horrible. Yeah. Traumatizing if they can't get it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that they're trying and they don't want to hurt you, but yeah.
Madwood, I think I'm already following you too. I haven't checked, but I think I already am.
Let's see what he said. Oh, I spelled following wrong. And Rob, he says he loves to drink. I'm right there with you, but I know I have to work and take care of my family. So absolutely. But you know, I'm guessing that Patrick, your roommate, didn't have a family. He just wanted to shoot up.
He might have. Who knows?
Yeah. He just wanted to shoot up, man.
Yeah.
Shoot
well,
up
I mean, it was just beyond. I mean, we've got people here that sniff. I mean, I suppose they do. They sniff paint, like they get cans of paint and sniff the paint fumes.
Yeah,
that's horrible too because they turn really violent. They call them chromas here.
Okay.
And it's terrible. I mean, you can buy paint and they just buy a tin of paint, sit there and sniffing it. I've even seen them drinking it.
Ooh. Yeah, huffing glue. That's something that.
Is that the same? Yeah, it was probably the same thing.
Yeah, it's huffing here.
Their brain just gets destroyed there.
What's the point? I mean, I guess if
they do it.
I mean, I've never done anything like that, but I have seen people like way back when I was in middle school, they were huffing on Freon. And that was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. Their voice changed and I was like, I'm out. I'm going home. I wanted no part of it. It was scary to watch.
Gold spray.
Episode of Cops.
Yeah. Add a little glitter to your eye.
Yeah. This the whole thing with the shooting the alcohol directly into your veins. It just blows me away.
That's got it. Like that sounds lethal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I say, you know, that's end stage. I'm sure the guy.
Well, maybe he probably diluted that somehow.
I don't know, man. It was horrible because he's not long for this world.
No, for sure. Not doing that.
No. I mean, that's to the point where, I mean, and he was only doing it because he just couldn't get a buzz anymore. He could just drink like water, you know, and he couldn't get drunk.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Speaking of that.
But if the shitter was full, now how does that work?
Shit is full.
We were just talking about that. The toilet flushes the other way in Australia.
That's what we heard.
You know what I'm talking about, Small Town, Texas BBQ. Can we have your first name? I don't know your first name. Maybe is it Mac? Okay. Hi, Mac. Now you know. Yeah, Mac, for real. Like, it was one of the most scariest things I've ever seen.
There you go. How about a liquor enema? No thanks. That'll clog a shitter right there, man.
What about you?
I heard that a few years ago the kids in college used to do enema. They'd pour liquor into their ass through a thing. That way they would get drunk. No, it's a real thing. I hand to God.
Like an ass bomb?
It's a real. They would put a funnel in their ass and pour liquor in there, and the alcohol would get soaked up with their membrane, and that way they wouldn't throw up, but they would get drunk. I heard it.
Those are some friends right there. Those are some friends that are in that with you. I don't want
Hand to God.
Everyone's done that, haven't they?
They weren't.
I mean, duh. Like, yeah.
That's every Saturday night down here.
friends.
Yeah, down in Australia, they have bars that you do that at.
Oh yeah.
Anal bars.
Well, we don't call them that. No.
The butt chug. Is that what you guys call them? The butt chugging? Butt
No,
chugging bars?
No. We
That
just
sounds
call them
about
bars.
right, though.
But chug.
Steve-O did it on Jackass, and that's where all those kids got that idea from.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chris, are you still off the booze?
No, actually, I'm drinking tonight.
Good for you.
Good on you, man. Good
I
on
went 2 weeks. I went 2 weeks without it. And,
you. 2 weeks.
Yeah. But no, I'm I just had a couple shots and 3 beers, so that's it tonight. But I think I'll just drink it on the weekends. So Friday and Saturday nights, that'll be it.
Nice.
Mm.
There you go.
Until I can smoke weed.
What do you got? 4 months left now?
Yeah.
Yeah, May. First week of May.
First week of May. Throwing a big
Is it-
party at Patrick's.
Is it legal in your state? Is it legal in your state now, Chris?
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh,
I think it's.
no, I'm just curious because I think it will be in Texas. I think it will be.
I think it's medicinally okay in New Hampshire, but
You guys got to see Grumpus on Fire's message. Watch out for the burp. Oh my God.
Only 23 today.
Only. Yeah.
Gee, I'm so little, Rob.
Yeah.
He had 27 White Russians the other day.
I thought it was 28. Get your facts straight.
Oh, that's right. It was 28. Sorry.
Yeah. Next week it'll be 29.
So Mike had 30,000 calories with fucking cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what?
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
That's a Wednesday night for me.
Hey, if you drink some
Yeah.
more of those White Russians, Mike, I could probably milk you and get like gallons of milk.
Yeah.
Through your teats.
Exactly. Well, I'm an A cup as it is, so yeah, wouldn't be a problem. Oh boy,
Dude, it's cold, like 11 degrees here.
yeah. No thanks, man.
Ugh.
It was 49 degrees today, man, and sunny. It's so nice.
No one likes you, Mike.
Yeah. Well, wait till Patrick tells you what it was there.
Yeah, horrendous.
Well, we know Patrick doesn't like the heat.
Horrible.
If you don't like the
Horrible.
heat,
Horrible.
Australia to live in.
Tell me about it, man. I'm a lunatic. That's why.
That's true.
Lunatic fringe.
Loony.
Isn't that's a Canadian dollar? Isn't it the loony?
Well, that's a loony and a toonie. But then there's that. What was that a group? Lunatic Fringe. They had that great song.
Lunatic Fringe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know in Canada they have a loony, don't they?
Yeah.
And a loony and a toonie.
Yeah, loony and a toonie.
Yeah. My sister's like, it only costs you a loony. Like, what? How much?
That's on the down low for a hand job.
Not for my sister, man. I'll pass. Although, you know what they say, families that stay together play together. But
A loony is one hand, a toonie is 2 hands.
70 degrees? Jeez. It can't be much more than 35 here right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, no thanks. But I won't take Chris's temp either.
Oh, it's uncomfortable outside, that's for sure.
Yeah. Where's Jet? Jet inside?
Oh, she's inside in the cat bed. The little
Okay.
brown thing. Yeah.
Oh, Marcel's back.
I'm back.
We lost you.
There you go.
Connection problems.
Gotcha. Well, it's break time for me.
Ah.
Imagine that.
How much are you paying this union? They're corrupt, man. It's corruption.
They are. Yeah, that's union break time. I'll be back as soon as my break's over.
Wow.
Chat amongst yourself. Don't give me this wild crap. I'll be right back, guys.
Slave to the unions.
My union allows me to smoke in my garage. I don't have to go outside.
That's a cool union.
That is a cool union. There's your VB.
Thank you very much. This is normally a bit earlier than I should be drinking, but I don't care.
What time is it there?
It's probably around 5.
No, 3:30 in the afternoon, but I've been doing this since 1 o'clock, so.
Day drinking.
Pretty soon I'll be injecting it.
Patrick, who's that famous actor running on that picture?
What?
Who's the famous actor behind you on that picture?
Oh, that's Cary Grant. That's North by Northwest.
There you go. There you go.
Great movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, man. If you like Hitchcock movies, you'd love it.
I do. Maybe I should watch that. Is it on Prime or Netflix?
Oh, I'm sure it would be. I'm not sure. You've got a different service over there than us.
Okay.
But, it's great. It's one of my favourites of his.
What's it about, North by Northwest?
Cary Grant plays an executive, and he gets mistaken for someone else and gets kidnapped, and it leads him on this quest. So not a quest, a journey to try and prove that he's not who they think he is.
Is the journey North by Northwest?
Yeah, there's some. It's where they end up. It's something. It's something to do with geographically where they are at the end of the movie. That's got something to do with it. It's a brilliant movie. Hitchcock's a genius.
Yeah, I do like Hitchcock. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to see if I can find that.
It's good. It's good. It's one of my favorites. Not to mention Psycho.
Yeah,
Love that movie too.
I love Psycho.
Oh man!
And I know Marcel likes her Shirley Temple movies.
Oh, Shirley Temple.
Yep.
That was a fun night.
It was fun. That was too bad. I remember that first. I only saw the one show you did, Marcel, with the Shirley Temple movie, but I don't know if you did others after that. But no, that was kind of cool. It was kind of like I felt like those aliens on that comedy channel that were watching and making comments.
No, I made it.
Yeah. Is that Mystery Science Theater you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah.
No, but thanks. That was fun. I ended up making it private, but I need to make some of those public. I think I need to make like a playlist, like the boozy lives nobody asked for. Something like that. I'd probably already be monetized if I released some of those. I don't know. I just feel self-conscious about it. The ones where we've been drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
Can't you edit those?
I guess you could. I don't know. I've never tried. I just make them all like private.
Because if you could go through, and if there was anything that you didn't want, you could edit it out and then just release. I don't know. How you would do it.
I'll have to try. But that's why I was saying the last time we talked, I might make a second channel, where it could, could just live stream and hang out and not worry about it. And then it is what it is on that channel. And I feel comfortable talking about this because we're on Mike's channel, but on my channel, I have, a particular following. I have a lot of older ladies and that are opposed to consumption of alcohol and things. And it inevitably, when I have gone live and I've been drinking and it's lasted for a couple of hours, sometimes I've gained followers. Other times, depend on who's popped in on there, I've lost followers. And so I feel self-conscious about leaving those up. But if I have another channel and we're doing stuff like this, I wouldn't care so much.
Well, Marcel, you can have one account and have two channels. It's just like I have Eastman Farms and Uncle Pickles. So you can have two accounts on one. Two accounts on one account. You can have. So
like I could start another screen name.
Yeah, you can just go to the YouTube not settings, but YouTube
Studio.
Yeah, go to YouTube Studio, and you under this channel you can create two channels, and you can do, like I said, I have Uncle Pickles and I have Eastwood Farms, and so you could have your second channel under this YouTube account, and you could do those other videos that you want to. But my problem is, Marcel, it's like, you're not a crazy chick.
No.
If people can't fucking watch you drink some fucking wines, it's like, I have 600 right now. I have 617 subscribers. I've probably lost 300 subscribers because of the stupid shenanigans I've done. Taping drumsticks.
Yeah.
To my mom.
I unsubscribed because of that cilantro video.
They're so violent.
But if they're not going to follow you, then they're way too stuck up. It's like, they can go F themselves, and I hate to be this harsh, but it's like, if they're upset about you drinking a glass of wine or a couple glasses, then they're not worth having.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because with those sort of people, sooner or later that you'll do something that they won't like anyway. If they're going to be like
it's always that. I have a huge following on my blog from a group of good old Southern older women who follow my blog, and they're a great support to me. And so I can't just be I don't feel like I can be so flippant with it, because they're very against alcohol and all that kind of stuff. Good old Southern, things. And if I drink, there's not even a secret anymore. But, every time I rarely post, I never post cocktail recipes on my blog. A big recipe sharing group that I'm part of, I never, reshare alcohol. Alcohol is not even allowed to be shared in the group and everything, but they're a big support to me. So when they see me drink, I always know when somebody from that group has seen me drink, because they unfollow me, or that I lose a subscriber, or somebody is gone on Facebook. I always know.
Well, then I guess you have to do that on the channel.
I think that's for the best.
Yeah,
dude, you've got a lot of people like that watch you that are very sensitive to alcohol, don't you?
Me? I'm saying no. And if they want to unsubscribe because of it, have at it.
Well, I mean, it's taking a big risk.
I stopped following Mike because he supports films that supports peeing on Oriental rugs.
Should I even ask for context on that, or should I be afraid? Be very afraid? Yeah.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, the Big Lebowski.
The very beginning, a guy pees on his rug, and the whole stupid movie is just about him trying to get another rug.
And I think it's an Asian guy that pees on an Oriental rug.
Yes, so it is. Woo.
You have to love the irony, because you can't call the Asian guy Oriental. You can only call inanimate objects Oriental.
Yeah. And you can't call him Chinaman either.
No.
What does he say? No, the Chinaman peed on my rug. Dude, you can't call them Chinaman. They're Asian Americans or some stupid thing.
My mom said, he's like, let's get some Oriental, the Oriental guy. Well, I said, you can't call a person Oriental. It has to be Asian.
Yeah.
It's so confusing now. Yeah.
And that rug really tied the room together. I will drop links in my. I'll say thing on my videos. Boy, this really brings us together, and that's just a little Easter egg,
Right.
Yeah, dude. American. We're not talking about a guy who built the fucking railroad here,
right?
Oh my God. Asian Americans, please. Yes. Great movie. But it's one of those movies, Marcel, if you watch it with some alcohol handy. It'll help.
No problem.
It'll
No
help.
problem there, Marcel. Marcel's always got plenty.
And go into it with an open mind. I took my my sister to it. They had it at a theater, and that's where I took second place at the lookalike contest. And they had an intermission, and I go, "So, Kelly, what do you think?" She goes, "What the fuck am I watching, man?" I go, "Obviously, you haven't had enough to drink."
Yeah, you got to expand your horizons.
Exactly.
You do, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now's my intermission. I'll be right back.
All right. She's got a union break.
Marcel's in a union too.
Yeah.
She just wants to go a glass of wine so she doesn't lose subs.
I don't have wine. I'm drinking. I'm actually doing. I'm actually got Captain Morgan's and Diet Coke.
Nice.
I'm down 5 pounds, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling better.
Rum. I can't wait.
Well, with Diet Coke.
Oh,
it's the Diet Coke.
No.
And the sugar-free cranberry juice. You got to do it.
No, just drink the rum. Straight.
There you go.
Isn't there a place in Australia that has it on tap? Rum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My kind of place, man.
You'd like that, Marcel?
Yes.
Rum on tap. Imagine that.
Happy Gilmore is another one. That's a great flick.
BRB.
Oh, God. Happy Gilmore.
See, everyone's getting drunk.
What's wrong with that?
This is a good thing.
Exactly.
Dude, you bring people together.
I try. And then Chris comes on. And
you're a man of the people. You're a man of the people.
One drink at a time, Mike brings them on.
Yep. I bring people together one drink at a time.
That's what Mike does. He fucking gains people's trust by luring them into drinking alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to reality. Yeah.
Fucking Mike.
Exactly. Son of a bitch. Somebody get him off of here. But let the hours still build up, please.
But then guess what he does? He ropes you into doing voiceovers on his videos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear.
Look at
Roomba?
Of course,
he's the voice of Robovac.
You send the file to him, and I didn't realize I'm contracted for the next 5 years now.
You had
or he can sue me.
Look, a horse.
You're Patrick, you're an indentured servant.
Yes. At least a horse with no name. At least it's not raining.
Well, that's true.
That's song.
Patrick had no idea he had to ride around on the Roomba for the next 10 years.
Mike, he comes across as this smooth talker, but really, you got to watch out, man.
Bullshit artist.
I like you. Like you all. Let's be friends.
I've heard that one.
Yeah. Would you like to sit on my Roomba?
Yeah. Why don't you sit and spin on my Roomba for a little bit? I'd love to get my cat to do it. That would be awesome, but they won't have anything to do with it.
Don't fuck with cats.
Exactly. No. Yeah, because the shitter's full.
Shitter's full.
Otherwise, you'll get visited in the middle of the night with Chris with a bunch of cilantro. Shove it up your ass.
He'll bring a tube, right?
There's nothing worse than that. That's a great pun, Patrick. I'll shove cilantro up your ass. You like cilantro? Let me shove it up your ass and see if you like it.
Yeah, see if you like it now, motherfucker.
Good old cilantro.
We call it coriander down here.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually different. I'm not sure if I think it might be different.
Seed or something like that.
Yeah. Coriander seeds. Yeah.
It tastes very similar because I've had both, but it's I think that it's not exactly the same.
You can buy coriander seed here, which is like cilantro seed.
What about that stuff that Stephen and Jacqueline talks about, where it's like 20 times the strength?
That's
they have it there.
That's cilantro.
Yeah, coolant. That's right. Yeah, you'd love that.
You see him on the
Okay.
hot seat the other night? That was good.
No, because of the time difference, I missed it.
Well, that was the last hot seat. The next reign of the hot seat is Rob Homeowner and
So I've
Chris.
heard.
yeah,
Chris,
So
yeah.
I heard. Yeah.
it's
Kind
Chris.
of coming full circle.
It's Chris with the
Yeah.
K. It's Chris with the K. So it's not a real.
It's not a real Chris. No.
No, it's Chris with the K.
I heard that. Aren't they? They'll be hosting that on Mr. Homeowner's channel, Not Hobos. Is
Yeah,
that right?
the next the first Coleman from Grillin' and Chillin' with Coleman or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which I'm surprised he didn't show up tonight. He
You know-
usually shows up.
Who was that, Mike?
Coleman.
He really, he was on. Well, because Rob did the whole.
Yeah.
The whole thing for Josh today, but even Coleman wasn't on that much today. Well, he was on, but it was 12 hours. So
Yeah.
Mm.
And I didn't
Is
get
that
Sam
over?
on.
Is that over now?
Oh yeah, then ended at like 9:00.
Yeah. I
Okay.
saw something earlier that he was back on or something, but
Yeah, they're doing it after. Oh, they finished it. The after
did they?
finished it though.
Yeah, and I see Cooking with Corey's was on for a bit. He's just
Yeah,
doing
he
tests. Yeah, because he's wanting to get back into the game.
Yeah,
Did they reach their goal, or
Yeah,
they
they-
exceeded it?
And then some. Yeah.
this last
Yeah,
Thursday,
apparently.
Wednesday, I think they got about $6,000.
Yeah, good for them.
That's good.
Mm.
The last fundraiser round they did for him, I donated a little bit of money.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, I did too last time.
Thanks, Dana. Make me feel better.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Yeah, so Keith Bettag shaved his fucking head. Well, his wife shaved his head and shaved his beard, so he's hairless.
I caught part of that.
Yeah.
And that guy had a
You
beard.
should do that, dude.
No.
You should do that.
Should. I
No.
want you to do it.
I'll give
Oh,
you
good.
I'll give you $10 right now.
I'll give you
Oh,
20.
$10. Oh, wow. No.
That's 20. I'll give you 20 Australian. That's about 15 US, I think.
So
Yeah.
we're up to 25.
No.
Marcel,
Try it.
if you get a dollar.
I'd have like a
Dollars?
Charlie Brown head. It'd be all dented and.
I'm not shaving my head.
No. You pay to get
I
the
would
dude
like-
to shave.
Oh. Hmm.
Marcel,
no. I'll shave my goatee and mustache off for that.
Well, I have Leprechaun on my Facebook, and he had posted something on Facebook saying, "Would you donate if I shaved my beard?" And I don't know if that came to fruition or not with him, but a lot of people were like, "No way, man, don't do it."
Yeah, good old Lep.
That's his trademark.
Well, actually, today they were like, Leprechaun, we'll give you this if you shave a beard. And he's like, oh, I'm trying to join a beer club, a beard club.
Oh, yeah.
I think he just posted it like something funny, like
Yeah.
how much would you donate? I don't think it was really like he had any intention behind it,
Yeah. He backed out. He backed out hard. Yeah.
Speaking of Irish stuff, Patrick, do you guys celebrate St. Paddy's Day there?
It's, sort of. It's not as big as, funnily enough, you'd think it would be bigger here. But in America, it's huge where you are, but not here so much. It's, not really.
Yeah.
No. We're all too drunk,
Do y'all
man. We're just,
do y'all follow the Facebook comedian Laura Clary?
No.
Laura Clary, she's so funny. Like, if you look her up, and she did a St. Patrick's Day video last year. It was so damn funny. She's just silly. Like, she's a total goofball type comedian, and I love that, but she's hysterical. I just adore her. But look her up, Laura Clary, Clery. She's so funny.
Okay.
Kitty.
Oh, don't forget kitty cat.
This is the one that was sick, but man, she's doing great now.
Meow.
Mary. Say hi. Nope.
Meow.
I think somebody was talking about Laura Clary last year because that's what you're talking about. Sounds
She's so
familiar.
funny. I just adore her. Her and her husband go live on Facebook all the time.
Gotcha.
And they're recovering addicts. The husband used to be addicted to pills, and she used to be addicted to cocaine, I believe.
Oh,
But came back. She's like 9 years sober, and she's pregnant right now with their second child, and he's sober, and so they have a big sober journey. She like live streams meditation, but she's super funny. They do all these super. Have you seen anybody doing the Pamela Pupkin workouts? The Pamela Pupkin. Well, anyway, that's one of her characters.
okay.
Yeah, super funny. Go check her out. She's hysterical. I love her to death. There's a reason she's got like 10 million followers. So.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Problem is with Facebook, how do you monetize that?
You can actually.
Can you on Facebook?
Yeah, you can. You sure can. I think it's a little tougher than here. I want to say you had to have even more watch time or something on Facebook to monetize.
Okay.
I heard it. Like you said, Marcel, I heard it's harder, but you make more money, is what I heard.
Yeah, I want to say you had to have something. I mean, and I could be 1,000% wrong, but it was something like 10,000 watch hours or something really, really out there.
Wow.
But like I said, I could be very wrong. So.
Or you could be right.
I could be right.
Good. Yeah.
But
You probably are.
Yeah, you usually are right, Marcel.
You're always right.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, that's
You're
what
a
it's
smooth
to
talker,
me.
Patrick. Damn.
I'm just trying. I mean, anyone that drinks rum,
You're almost usually always
Yeah,
right.
he's trying to keep the peace.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I'm not drinking tequila.
what happens when you do that?
I don't know. I haven't done that in years. I'm
That's
probably not
since
going
their
to go
pilot
there.
dating days.
Well, maybe I will shave my head because my hair is presently driving me crazy. So
Yeah, I
No,
see
no,
about
no.
getting a haircut.
No, we want the dude to do that. My cousin needs to shave it all off.
No.
oh, Chris,
Yeah, there you go.
I've never seen
Yeah.
you without your hat on or your.
That's because my head's cold.
Imagine that.
So, Marcel, when's hubby coming home?
He actually said they had dates, and it was looking like end of February.
Well, that's
Nice.
good. Another month.
Yep. But it was
Oh,
going to
that's not
depend on the relief coming in, and there was some debate on how long they were going to quarantine. Like when he went over there, he had to quarantine in a
Right.
bunker on the other side of the base for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But he said they weren't doing that quite as extreme anymore, and they were only going to quarantine for like 72 hours.
Yeah,
So,
they'll only quarantine for 72 hours till someone gets COVID, and then they'll bring it back to 2 weeks.
Well, you know what? You know what, Chris? I was talking to my sister, and when he comes home, he between his civilian service job and military and all that, he's going to have about 5 weeks off. And I told her, I said, I'm a little paranoid, with him coming back. I think my mom, I think I told you, my mom had a really bad accident at her job. She's 83 years old. She had to have emergency hip replacement surgery about a month ago. And she's been recuperating at my sister's house. But my sister called today and she says, well, I've got the solution. I'm going to send mom back to her house about the time Evan's getting home. So you just come down here and be with mom and he can have the house to himself. And I said, well, that's horrible. Hi, honey, you're back. We're out. Yeah. But I think it has to be that way.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was in the office the other day. I think it was last Wednesday. And then that night, we got an email from the supervisors that one of our guys was feeling bad and he was taking the test. And then the next day, the results came back that he was positive for COVID. So unfortunately for me and all the guys that were in the office that day,
You all had to quarantine.
we have to stay home. We don't have to show up for work for 2 weeks and we still get paid.
Nice.
So
There you go.
I fucking love COVID. I love you, COVID. Thank you so much.
What's your union, man? You got to get in that union, dude.
No kidding.
That's a good
Yeah.
union.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to put him in quarantine because he is in a secure space right now, like where he's at. They quarantined. They're not allowed to leave the base where he's at right now. It's been fairly secure, but he's about to take a flight home. And that plane that he's going to be on, even though it's a military plane, we've had multiple people on there coming back. I don't know. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. I had the opportunity to put my kids back in school this coming Monday, and I wrestled with it long and hard. I mean, actually was sleepless over it, whether to put my kids back in school or not. And my 8th grader, he needs to be back with his people. Because he's got high school next year. He needs to be back with his friends. But I'm keeping him home. I've just decided to keep them home. And luckily, 2 of his teachers and 2 of his toughest subjects offered to tutor with him after school for an hour. He's taking high school level classes, and he's got biology and a high school level math class. And that's been kicking my ass, guys, like kicking my ass. Like to sit down with him and get him through it. But the teachers are going to meet with him once a week. And so that way I can keep him home. Hey, Risa.
What you got Google for? Hi, Risa.
Risa.
Just Google it. Just Google it.
Hey, Marcel, I
Well,
totally agree. And I've heard that like 10 years from now, because these kids, this is not going to clear up till 2022 at least. This whole fucking COVID shit. And I heard that, I didn't hear, but I just watched a show or a couple shows, and it makes sense that in 10 years that you were going to see the effects of this in kids when they get older, because they miss 2 years of school.
Right.
And two years of not being with their colleagues and this and that, and I think it's totally going to change not change the world, but no,
I think it will.
It's totally going to have an effect on kids in their education and where they are.
There'll be a dip for sure.
Yeah,
You could be like this, and then all of a sudden this generation, then it'll come back up. But that generation will always be kind of like a loss, or that generation will always have the lost.
Well, not my kids, because I'm tougher on them. Their teachers probably are. But
it could very well be a generation of Charlie Pickles.
Or Uncle Pickles.
No, he's a good guy.
Uncle Pickles is moving in. Isn't he getting out in March? I thought that was his release.
No, he's getting out in May.
May. Yeah.
Now, I sit there, I work from home at this point, and I'll go out and get the mail at noon, and there's kids over in the common area who would be at school normally playing football. And it just, I'm there with Chris. Yeah, it makes me wonder what it's going to be.
Well, the other thing, my daughter's in 2nd grade, and so
my grandson is too.
Yeah, well, I stopped at the school, and I had some physical tests that he needed to take. I went and I picked up copies, and we came home, we worked on them, and I took them back. I talked to the academic dean, and I said, well, if I send them back, tell me the protocol. I just want to know the protocol, like how's it working? And she was like, well, they sanitize their hands when they come in. They no longer take individual breaks for the restroom. It's group, even for the middle schoolers. They all go to the restroom and at the same time, and then they come back. They sanitize their hands again. They eat lunch in the classroom. And I said, well, will the 8th graders get any time out? And she said, well, the 8th graders don't get any time outside. They're in. And I said, well, what about the little ones? And she said, the little ones get to go outside, but it's very regimented. We have the swings tied up. They can no longer play. They play structured games and stuff like that. And I'm just like, this just sucks. Like, it just sucks. Like, the kids should, when they go outside for recess, they should be able to go crazy. And everything has to be structure.
That's what it is with my grandson. He's getting ready to go back to school. I think this coming week, and it's the same thing. What you described is exactly what my daughter's going through for him, and he's in 2nd grade.
That's
Well,
crazy, right?
Think about this. This got raised in Australia here because they're all going back to school now, all the kids. And it's been raised that, well, what happens when it gets to flu season, winter here, and, children, they get sniffles and coughs and what they're going to do is basically if a child has a cough, they're going to send the child home and quarantine it for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a night. I mean, they're not going to be able to run the school. It'll be half the school won't be at school anyway.
Yeah, Patrick, we've already had flu season here in the States, and no one has gotten the flu.
Yeah, because everybody's wearing a mask and they're staying away from one person.
Yeah, no flu shots. No one has gotten the flu, and I think the whole Corona thing is ridiculous.
So do I.
Yeah.
But it's a nice beer though. I like the beer. The beer is good.
Well, I'll just put this out there that now it's hard to believe, in truth, it is hard to believe that we've all nearly been living like this a year. I mean, it's damn near a year. It's crazy. But since I've had my kids home full time, I don't know, you guys have followed me for a long time, but when I put out the Space Center video, when my family we went to the Space Center for spring break last year, that's when all this was kind of festering outside of the United States. And I remember being at the Space Center and my friends were texting me saying, oh my God, I can't believe y'all are there. Be careful, wash your hands. And I'm thinking, I'm that mom that has like hand sanitizer in a holster anyway. Like I was that mom before all this happened. And we were in the middle of the space shuttle mock-up fuselage. All this stuff was crowded, shoulder to shoulder with people. My daughter was playing in the little area they had, crawling around with all kinds of kids and in a window and everything. And I mean, that just seems like ancient history. That kind of freedom, like just to go somewhere. But anyhow, my kids have not been sick, knock on wood, since we've been home. We haven't had so much as this, but beyond an allergy-related sniffle, we've had nothing. So it's crazy.
Who has this?
It's him. They come to get him.
They're coming to get you, Rob. Mike.
Oh, it's me. Right now, Chris, I live very near the fire station in my house, and apparently my little town is having a horrible night.
Well, it is Saturday and then a full moon, right?
Marcel.
Yeah.
Marcel, no wonder the real estate was cheap where you live.
Well, we just closed on, we bought the lot next to ours, so we doubled our property out there. I mean, and nothing compared still to what y'all have, but we have 4.5 acres now.
That's awesome.
So
that is cool.
Yeah.
That is way cool.
We'll be moving out there soon, and you won't hear any of this.
No. Nice. Hopefully you have a front porch that you can hang out at as well, or backyard.
You know it. I got a big ass backyard now over there.
I'm looking forward to being able to go outside again, and that's where I started the lives, was outside, and I loved it. Now I'm in a garage. Got a 70 Camaro right there, a motorcycle right there.
It's just gotten too cold where you are.
Yeah, I can't do it outside. When it's 35 degrees, like no bueno. Hi, Miri. Well, guys, it's been a 3-hour fun fest. I think I'm going to call it a night.
Dude.
Good, Mike. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being on, Marcel. You're always welcome. You know that.
Thank you.
Chris, on the other hand, well, Patrick, I appreciate it.
Yeah, he never says that to me. He never says that to me, Marcel.
Yeah.
No.
He never says you're welcome. He just sort of rolls his eye. Oh, you again.
Let me make pretend I'm Mike. Hey, Marcel, thanks for being on. We love you. Hey, Patrick.
Fuck off.
Hey, Chris, go fuck yourself. That's what
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I loved it when on Jared saying, and you put the and he put it up and goes, "You gotta go fuck yourself too, Chris."
Jared said that. He said that about a month ago. He says, every time I see you, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. And I'm like, all right.
Okay. It works, right?
Chris, are you on Facebook?
No, I don't do Facebook, Instagram, or anything like that. No.
Okay.
I'm just YouTube.
He's a man of mystery.
Yes.
A YouTuber.
Mike, are you on Facebook?
I am under Mike Wolford. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'll find you.
Okay. There's a link also on a lot of my newer videos. where you
Okay.
can find me. So, how about you, Patrick?
Just type in Jeff Bridges and he comes up.
Yeah.
Well, you can go to the Dude's Kitchen, and I'm on there too on Facebook. That's my other. Patrick's
I'm
on
on
Facebook,
everything.
but he never does anything with
I'm
it.
everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Except where I should be.
I prefer Instagram over Facebook, though. I wasn't for a long time.
Do you really?
Yeah, for the longest time, I don't know. I just the interaction is there's less drama, less bullshit.
Oh my God. See, I have two Facebooks. I have my blog Facebook, and then I have my personal Facebook. And the personal Facebook, it has hundreds of people, but they're hundreds of people I've collected like my whole life, like neighborhood kids, old jobs, everything. Everybody that's on there, I know somehow. And there's a lot of drama on there.
Yeah.
I just do phone book. Yep.
Your phone book.
That's why.
Nothing wrong with that either. All right, guys. I'm calling it a night. So peace.
Nighty night, everyone.
Nighty night.
Good night.
Hey, love y'all. Stay safe.
Everybody. Yep. Talk to you later, guys.
See you.
Yeah.
Bye.